You feeling hot?
I'm here, bro.
Yeah, you are. That's what I like to hear. Hi, everybody. It's bonus content.
Hello.
I did give Scott a webcam last week when we were in person together.
He did. It's not working quite yet. I was really lazy about trying to make it work.
Gotta get
So,
you some drivers.
yeah,
Tell you,
probably that.
tell you about some Microsoft LifeCam. I could probably direct you to a website where you can download some weird stuff. Tony's not here yet.
Not yet.
He will be. He said he will be. So this whole recording time is a mess. Though Scott's got to leave early. Tony's gonna be late. Nabashin's tired because we've destroyed him in his love of podcasting.
No, it's not podcasting.
Brought to you by
Like-
Budweiser.
It's probably destroyed my love with video games.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you can blame us for that though.
No, because I'm liking. I still like the culture of it. The culture is fine. And like being up to date as far as that is, just playing them has just not been a driving force for me as of late. But then it's like, oh, what do I do in the meantime? And it's like, just lay around, I guess. And I just do that for hours. So
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have not been playing a lot of video games recently either. Probably still more than you, but I've been in a very this week specifically. I mean, I kind of alluded to it last week, but I've been in a very weird place.
same
And,
here.
and like, if you follow me on Twitter, you can kind of see like the slow process of me losing my mind. Just kind of gradually throughout the week as my consciousness, my stream of consciousness over Twitter became more and more erratic and just depressing. But it's been a weird week all around, I think. Like I started drinking tea on Sunday. I like never have like hot tea, right? I almost never make hot tea. But that's like almost exclusively what I've been drinking this entire week.
Have you been having? Do you have the means to make hot tea, or at least, should I say good hot tea?
Not good hot tea, but you know, just kind of standard fare black tea. Like I'm not
Bag and hot water.
yeah,
more or
tea bag and
less.
hot water, you know, and I turn on
No oddity teas, no green tea, no orange tang tea, no.
See, like I've got some like oddity teas. Like I have a when Ethan and I were on food stamps like forever ago. This will give you an idea. Like when we had just moved into our apartment together, we were both like super broke. And we were on food stamps. We got like a bunch of tea. So as we've like moved from place to place these last few years, we've had like basically a box full of boxes of different kinds of tea that we've never really dug into. And now, like,
You see, that would if I were you for me, that'd have been gone.
yeah.
That'd have been gone.
So like now, you know, we've got like four different of those boxes out on the counter all the time, and my brother and Ethan have both been drinking a lot more tea recently as well. It's just kind of like been this
Any
compelling
reason why
force.
for them? Or
No, I think it was all kind of like this weird spontaneous thing where we all just started drinking hot tea together.
Well, you see that's the thing about tea. When someone just starts making tea, it's like, yeah, I can have some right now. Why not?
Like I was in a very specific state of mind on Sunday. Sunday I had a day off. I was like, it's been a year, so I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna watch Sword Art Online all the way through again because I'm a mess. We can
Yep.
start. We can start there. And I'm like sitting there watching it, crying, of course. Almost throughout the whole day. It was a great day. Like I'm like, this is not a bad thing. This is a great thing. It was wonderful. It's like, you know, you like you have your like favorite thing. It's like playing Kingdom Hearts 2 every year, right? It's just like something I gotta get out of me. It's like a demon that I need to just get out of my chest.
Sure.
And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it. You know, I'm crying. I'm having a good emotional ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. And I'm like, well, I want something to drink. And I don't really want hot cocoa because like it's not snowing, right? I'm not in the spirit. It's like almost March, so I just made some hot tea. And then I went into the kitchen to make hot tea. And Ethan was making tea, and then Derek was making tea, and we were all just drinking tea. Then I wrapped myself in a blanket and drank some warm tea. So like since then, I've just been drinking like nonstop tea all week. And I'm
Are
like
you- try and get off your coffee habit, maybe? Or...
It's definitely. I drink so much coffee when I'm at work, right? Like I usually have 2 shots of espresso and 3 cups of coffee, which is a lot. Like 1 shot of espresso is like 1 cup of coffee, so that's about 5 cups a day. Anytime I have work, um, which
Yeah,
is
it's a bit much.
disgusting. It's the only way I know how to feel coffee anymore. And I don't like drink it all in like 2 hours. I usually drink it over the course of like an 8 hour day, which is better but not great still. Um, so yeah, it's definitely part of it is like I shouldn't drink as much coffee because I'm probably slowly killing my heart or quickly killing my heart, either or. So tea has been a nice kind of break from that. But like I'm like a milk tea guy, so just a standard like breakfast tea or black tea with a little bit of sugar, a little bit of milk. So I'm a
Not an
simple
energy
man.
drink kind of guy.
No, not really. I mean, we have a bunch of the like I said, we got like raspberry tea, peach tea, green tea, Earl Grey. Just none of it does it for me.
No, I said energy drink.
Oh,
Like
energy
that.
drink. I like the taste of Monster, but I know it'll kill me. So like I have like one every 3 months maybe.
Mm. I
Just
don't
because I
think
enjoy drinking it, not
I,
even for energy.
I don't think I've ever really even had an energy drink before. Honestly, it's just something that's like it's one of those things like where my mind is just like it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever to have. Like if I don't have the
Hmm.
energy to do it myself, then there's no point in having it whatsoever. Kind of like drinking, kind of like smoking. It's
Yeah,
like it's just like a logic thing. It's like that just doesn't make any sense to me. So why should I do it? So I don't do it. So mm.
yeah. I mean that's
That
valid.
is until your day ends with work.
Yeah, until you're Scott, and instead of going to bed at night, you go to work. uh, no, that's valid. Like the drinking, smoking is an apt comparison. They're just vices, right? That we just kind of hang ourselves up on. Same with coffee. Like if I had zero caffeine or sugar in my life, I'd probably be healthier. I'd definitely be healthier. Um, but sometimes you just need to kickstart your day. Brought to you by Mountain Dew Kickstart.
You
um,
see, that's funny because that's how I drink coffee. I never really even drink a full cup,
mhm.
mostly because it's all gone by the time I get there. But I I only ever drink it when I need to kickstart my day.
Yeah, I mean, I love a warm cup of coffee in the morning. It's like a good feeling. I like the
I
taste of
still don't like
coffee.
coffee,
I
so
know.
no, it's not there.
You don't like coffee either, do you, Nobishin?
No, no, no. Not,
Yeah.
but then I don't know. Like I don't think I've ever really had coffee either. Now thinking about it, there's a lot of things that I haven't really had. Like me getting up in the morning is me just getting up. Like there's nothing. There's no real ritual to it. There's no something that I need to like wake myself up. It's just like when I get up, I get up. I guess that's why I'm more of a morning person. But it's
Yeah.
like it's weird because like like I don't do any energy drinks or anything like that. So it's just like I get up and I just go and I do it, and then me working wakes me up. I guess. Mm.
Like I'm kind of a morning person too, but like if I cuz I don't sleep well like hardly ever. Like if I it's
You
one of
don't
those.
sleep at all, so like
It's true, yeah.
you're an all day person, I guess.
Yeah, like but if I get like a good night's sleep, go to bed at a reasonable time and like get up at like 5 a.m., you know, and like I can get a shower in, like maybe even go for like a morning walk or something like that. Like one day I set an alarm. It was the first day I ever went on like a walk around Lake Elkhorn, which is the lake that I used to walk around all the time when I lived closer to it. I set an alarm for 5:30 in the morning. I got up, like I forced myself up after like only 4 hours of sleep or whatever, because I wanted to do it. It was like a Sunday thing for me. I got up, I got dressed and I walked around the lake. And then at the end of my walk, I sat. There's like this perfect spot, and I watched the sunrise, like on the lake. And it was like just a great. It was a great thing. And it was like 6:30 in the morning when I got back. Took a shower, made a nice cup of coffee. I wrote like all day that day. It was a really good day. Like when I get it, like when I can get up and I have slept at least a little bit and I can force myself up if I have like something I want to do, then yeah, I'm like really raring to go. And I don't necessarily need that cup of coffee. It's just yeah, my morning ritual now is like hit snooze twice, then check my phone and read my Twitter notifications. Uh,
In the meeting, call you later.
and in a meeting, call you later. Fuck you, Tony. And I read, I check my notifications on my phone. That wakes me up, right? I'm looking at something, I'm focused on something I'm reading or responding or something. And then I get up and I shower and brush my teeth and kind of go for it. So, but yeah, my week, watching a lot of anime, uh, for some reason. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know why. All of it's been really great. I've been watching a lot of good stuff. I watched all of the Naruto. I'm caught up on the English dub, so
Cool.
there's that.
Aren't they done yet?
They just got to the part where the real Madara showed up
Jeez.
in the anime. In the English dub,
I thought that was a year ago though.
this is the English dub, right? Japanese
Yeah,
dub.
Sure, but like I thought they were like kind
They're
of
like 100 episodes
around
behind on the English dub, to be fair.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They,
Okay.
I think it's like 90 at this point, but they're in the Infinite Tsukuyomi in the actual anime. So they're just before whatever her name, Kaguya, shows up.
Oh, so they're not even there yet?
Yeah, they're not even there yet.
Okay.
But like, most of the Obito stuff has happened in the Japanese anime, so I mean they're
weird
kind of there.
Weird side note: is Greg still oblivious to how that thing ends?
I think he knows about Boruto, and Naruto is kind of like where he ends up because like
Yeah, advertisement.
advertising the game and the movie. But outside of that, yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know. Like, I mean, to be fair, like, there's kind of some Deus Ex Machina type shit at the end of Naruto, of like, here's your great grandfather and Kaguya, who just shows up, which is kind of like the only dumb part about it. But I don't think he knows about the whole Naruto Sasuke thing either, which is great. So that's like the best part of the ending, hands down. So.
Ah.
Oh, I get it. God damn it. Oh, that was very unintentional. They changed, so
I didn't get it until after I started laughing.
the game they changed it, which it might be indicative of how they're going to go with the anime as well. But they don't lose their hands, but their hands become like dead. Like blackened,
Like turn to stone or something.
Yeah, they look like just like black husks, which is like it was so much cooler when like they just had like bloody stumps at the end of that fight. It was like, oh, this is so cool. Like this was fucking real. But like yeah, I watched the ending of the game because it goes to the end of the anime or the manga. It was good, yeah. It was cool to see like the voice actors and from the English dub kind of go through to the end of that. It's very good. I really like the way Naruto is a lot like Harry Potter, epilogue and all. I think that's why I really like it. So, Scott, how's your week been?
Jesus, you're
Been alright,
What?
but seeing as how I have to go and the length it's going, I don't know, it'll probably take me 5 minutes.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
yeah, I'm just gonna go right into it.
yeah, you've been playing video games. You won't be on the show proper to talk about it. So.
Yeah. So
You had a quick sag, Alex. That's why I reacted like that. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm working on it.
So I had what I like to call an infinite power Binding of Isaac run.
Yes.
This is more than just a broken run. This is a run where you can get most of the items in the game and drain out the item pool.
Jesus.
So basically how it starts is first I start out the game and I run into Ipecac, the thing that allows your tears are now explosive tears, and they lob and they fall just kind of like a bomb. They're really slow, and they're very dangerous. You can hurt yourself with these very easily, and they do a lot of damage to both the enemies and you if you use them improperly. So I generally try and stick with this run because it makes getting into the secret rooms free, because you have an explosive already. It makes anything that would require a bomb to get free. And you can use your bombs for extra explosive damage on bosses.
Huh.
So if you pick it up, it can make your run, even while searching for the rooms, that much quicker. Which gets into why I was doing the run in the first place, is I was resetting runs if I didn't get what I needed to get to the boss rush, which is beating Mom in 20 minutes. under 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I go ahead and I pick up Ipecac. The next item I get, I don't quite remember, but somewhere along the line, my second big notable item is Pyromaniac. Now, this gives you a bunch of bombs. Actually, I don't remember if it gives you bombs or not. But the important thing that this thing does is it makes it so that explosions heal you.
Mm-hmm.
So already, can you see how this is broken?
Yeah, it sounds like you just kind of created this self-fulfilling prophecy where you cause destruction and it also helps you.
Yes, it's basically because my tears are explosive
Mm-hmm.
and the explosions now heal me instead of hurt me. Now I can pretty much face check things with my explosive tears,
Yeah.
heal and kill things at the same time. However, this also essentially means I have infinite health.
Yeah. Can you heal like past your max health?
No,
Okay.
but I have a never-ending supply of health.
Yeah. I mean,
This
like,
this 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 comes in handy later.
okay.
Now, I go ahead and that's one of the biggest major items until I get Bum Friend, who basically just picks up money around the floor and he drops you pickups for it. Yeah,
Okay.
he's important, but not quite yet. So, 20 or so minutes in, I finally get to the boss rush. Uh, there is the boss rush that drops 4 items to choose from at first, and
Mm.
then 2 to 4 items when you finally beat it. And it's just I think it's 8 waves of 2 bosses back to back to back.
Wow.
Right. So normally this is hard.
Mm.
Normally this is hard, but I have infinite health already.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like everything that would be difficult from here on out is now trivial.
So you just kind of get like a downpour of items at that point, I'm guessing.
You choose for each two. It's 2 extra items for the run.
Okay.
Um, so I don't really pick up anything super noticeable here.
Mm-hmm.
The first would be great. Would be great.
Would be.
Just thinking about just how much damage that you could throw off if it mattered anymore. It's called number one. The range of your tears decreases a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but you shoot, I want to say, triple what you used to.
Wow.
Triple the speed of what you used to. For Ipecac, this is a big deal because it now, instead of being, I want to say, 10 times slower than your average tier, when you get Ipecac, your tiers slow down a lot, a
Mm-hmm.
lot, a lot. So basically, what ends up happening here is now I am essentially invincible. Before I had infinite health,
Mm-hmm.
right? But now I'm invincible because now I can heal faster than my invincibility frames drop off.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there's like no
And the
window
max-
for you to take damage.
So there's no window for me to sustain any permanent they can't out DPS my healing.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the game that can do that.
It's like you fucking Final Fantasy explored that shit.
So at this point I'm like, oh, okay, that happened.
Yeah.
At this point in the game, I wouldn't have made it this far. I wouldn't have gotten to Pyromaniac
Mhm.
if something like that was going to be an issue anyway. I would have died. I'd have killed myself with it
Mhm.
way before I got Pyromaniac. Because remember, at this point we only have the womb to go.
Yeah.
And this is where the infinite power part comes in. After I get through this, I'm thinking, all right, what I want for this run is to not have this run end at Mom's heart.
Okay. That's fair. You only ask for so much in this world, Scott.
So what I do is, you don't to end your runs after you beat Mom's heart, you have a chance of getting going either to the cathedral or Sheol at the end of the run, and that only really happens if you don't ever take any damage. The problem here is I have Ipecac, no kind of shielding whatsoever.
Yeah.
So and not to mention no soul hearts.
Okay.
So I had to find a way with no shops and a very small chance of like anything that would actually help me do that across those 2 floors. However, so I go through the first floor and I'm destroying all the rocks, trying to make all the soul hearts that I can drop, and I go and I defeat the boss. Uh, and of course, I'm getting hit all over the place because I don't really have to care.
Hmm.
So of course, no devil room or danger room spawns then. So I'm like, all right, and so I go around and I pick up the soul hearts that I had, which was one. I could find one throughout that entire floor. And keep in mind, these last 2 levels are like the biggest rooms in the game. They rival your Curse of the Maze, which is basically it slaps the 2 different levels, like the basement and basement 2. It slaps them together, calls them one level.
Hmm.
They're basically as big as that.
Okay.
And
That's real big.
one soul heart out of all of that. So I go down, and on the next floor, there is an arcade.
Okay.
Can you guess what happens?
I'm guessing that you fucking milked that arcade for all it's worth.
Kind of.
Okay.
You remember that I told you I had a bum friend?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was using him to turn all my money into pickups from the previous floor. So didn't going in, I didn't immediately have the money to go into the arcade, meaning I had $0 going in.
Yeah.
However, so I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to rush to Mom's Heart, hope for the best. I do that, and of course, I get hit a couple of times, and I'm like, shit. 'Cause I also get hit like on the Mom's Heart itself,
Mm-hmm.
but it dies in no time.
Okay.
It
I
goes up.
imagine it probably didn't last
I
very
chunk
long.
it. I chunk it for a half of its health. I chunk it for half of its health before it goes up because it spawns with the 2 eyeballs.
Yeah.
And then before it goes up, I chunk it for half of its health.
Jeez.
I'm like, oh my goodness, I hit way too hard.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the spinning brimstone that the Mom's Heart does at the end tags me
Okay.
right before I kill it. So of course, all I'm left with is a chest standing in the middle when I kill it.
Okay.
So at this point, I have no money, but I do have Ipecac, Pyromaniac, and Bumfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So I go and I clear some more floors until I can finally hit the secret room, which gives me a couple of coins.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right. So the goal here is I have infinite health, a blood donation machine in this arcade, which now means until it explodes,
Yeah,
infinite money.
Infinite money, yeah.
And then that also means I can play these other 2 games until they explode.
Yeah.
So I go ahead and I roll the slot machine a couple of times, and a troll bomb pump comes out and immediately explodes. And I'm like, that was way too quick. And
Yeah.
it takes out both the shell guy and the slot machine.
That sucks.
I'm like, all right, well, listen. You know who I have? You know how money can still help me?
Yeah. How?
Go-
Tell me.
Bumfriend.
Bum.
Bumfriend can also turn money into pickups.
Okay.
So what I can do is I can continually run that blood donation machine, and then I can hope Bumfriend spawns the Joker.
Yeah.
So what are the chances of that happening?
Not likely.
Not likely at all.
Does it happen?
Nope.
No.
So I'm real upset for a little bit because I know it's not going to happen. It's not really likely, but there is like a 50-50% chance for one of 2 things to happen when that blood donation machine explodes. 2 items can drop.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is going to be the blood bag. The other one is the portable donation machine.
Okay.
You can guess which one I get.
This is the portable donation machine.
Yep.
Nice.
So now I have access to true infinite money.
Yeah.
And I have access to every pickup that the bum friend can drop me.
Okay.
Now, this is what makes the bum friend super special.
Okay.
It's not because of the pickups that he can drop, because he can only drop pickups and not items from the item pools. However, he can go ahead and he can throw you down a card that I'm forget which the card is called, but it drops either a regular beggar, where he can go ahead and he can drop you items from, I think, both the boss. Yeah, I think he can drop boss loot and item rooms, and
Okay.
then you can also that card can also spawn the dark beggar.
Yeah.
So I go ahead and the tarot card that I need is the Joker.
Hmm.
So I'm going ahead and I am playing this little game until he drops me the Joker.
You're dropping hot cash, is what you're saying.
So I keep using the blood donation machine till my heart's barely run out, and then I just keep healing myself back up. And like through this, I want to say 4 active items drop because of the beggar card, because I think I got it like 6 times. So I have a choice between the Game Kid, the Game Kid might have been something else. I don't
Uh-huh.
remember. But I have a choice between like Game Kid and a couple of other actives. I don't remember what they are now because you know what, they're not important. And I start noticing that there's a lot of flies following me for some reason.
Yeah.
And that's because I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember which item does this, but whenever I take damage, there's a chance for me to spawn flies. So by the time I'm done with this, there's just a blue circle around me.
Just a
You can't
harriet of
actually
flies.
just yep.
That's fucking great.
And I want to say about 2 dark beggars and 2 regular beggars later, I am way more powerful than anyone should ever be in that game. And I was already broken,
Yeah.
but at this point I'm like, all right. Seeing how far this can go is kind of fun,
Yeah.
but at the same time, nothing's a match for me anymore.
Yeah. I
It
imagine.
doesn't matter what it is. It stopped being able to kill me a long time ago, and at this point, I'm surprised if a lot of things would even get the chance to hurt me.
Yeah. I imagine it's like 40 minutes since you beat the ball, like Mom's Heart.
Oh yeah, this took
It's just-
I'm sitting here getting like it's being a little amused and
Yeah.
very annoyed at the same time because I want one card to drop. I want the Joker to drop.
Yeah.
That is all I want right now because that'll either take me to the cathedral or it will take me down to Shill.
Yeah. Does it eventually drop?
Yeah, it eventually drops.
You sound
I
so
was getting
resigned.
So it drops. I go down, and of course, and as you would expect, when I walk into the room, whatever is there on the shale, which is normally either a boss monster or a string of things that are normally extremely difficult to kill.
Yeah, they just die instantly, I'm sure.
They're immediately it. I'm like, okay. So I'm just walking through the rooms from door to door because that's all it takes for me to kill whatever's there.
Yeah.
Until I get to the boss room, and then Satan dies in the same fashion. His health bar is there, then it's gone. And then his second form is there, and then it's gone. And then
That's
its
awesome.
third form is there, then it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, all right. Oh, hey, I can see my flies now. And there's still like almost a full ring of flies, but
Yeah.
the individual fly is now visible.
Yeah. It's not just like an even blue circle.
Yeah, so with that run, I cleared for the first time boss rush on Kane.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time, the Satan with Kane. For the first time, Satan at all. So I went ahead and I unlocked some characters there,
Cool.
as well as that was my run to unlock Blue Baby.
Yeah. So you've like now, even like with the future stuff that you have left to do, like you can say you've beaten Binding of Isaac. Like that game doesn't have a heart left next to you after that run, I feel.
No, it still does.
I mean, you got stuff left to do at least.
Yeah, because like the entire goal here is I've never gotten the D6.
Mm-hmm. Still,
Still, I haven't
it's gonna
gotten
haunt
the
your
D6.
fucking nightmares.
And so, like, after that run, it's like, all right, you know what? That was a pretty good run.
Yeah.
When am I ever going to get that lucky again? Never.
Yeah.
But the other thing about that is I skipped the part with all the explanations they did. I skipped the part where if I did anything differently through some of the decisions I made,
Hmm.
uh, that run would not have happened because it needed so many pieces to fit together.
Okay. So
Because and what like one of the things was I re-rolled items that people would normally would not re-roll
yeah.
in uh, just because I had the money to.
Hmm.
Because the because that
Because
because
like,
by
who gives a
I
shit?
had right I had Idificac and I had Pyromaniac.
Yeah.
I win.
Yeah. Like I'm just curious because like I was watching. How long did it take you? Real quick, did it say? Does it give you time at the end of it? I forget.
Oh yeah, no, it's you hit tab to take a look at your time, and you like
Hmm.
it. That's kind of like a needed thing because that's a it determines whether to keep going with some of your runs. If really all you have left to do with a few characters is to complete the boss rush.
Yeah, yeah. What was the time on that run?
An hour and 15 minutes.
That's not bad.
Mm.
That's less than I thought it was gonna be.
And keep in mind that I was in the womb for 3/4 of that time.
Yeah, of course.
I
I
went ahead and I took down the boss rush before 20 minutes.
I only asked because speaking of roguelikes, the Spelunky speedrun world record was beaten this week by the streamer D_T_TEA. Um,
Hmm.
and it was like 1 second less than the previous world record. It was 100 seconds total, a minute and 40 seconds. And it's just unreal watching that. And in the like, there's a website for tracking the Spelunky world records, and like the comments field for this run is just like blessed by RNG.
Yeah,
So
yeah. There's doing the speed runs and Binding of Isaac is a little trivial now
hmm
because of seeds.
yeah, it's just
Uh,
like you also had your blessed by RNG run this week. It sounds like so.
yes and no. It's you could say yes, but I had the items that I had after Ipecac
Hmm.
because of the decisions I made.
Yeah, but you got that
I
that
yeah,
sweet
I
Ipecac.
yep. Oh well, I mean that's kind of cheating as well.
Yeah.
Because what you do is if you don't get a good item, if your room does not spawn with the dice room, you hold R and you reset. If for that treasure room, after you get that treasure room, if the treasure room doesn't have a good starting item,
Hmm.
then you reset. And it's not because that starting item is going to be the most important item in the run. In fact, a very good starting item, if you get terrible starting items out, other supporting items, if you get terrible other supporting items like if you get a string of all the mom's item range upgrades,
Hmm.
and you start with let's say soy milk,
Okay.
you're the chance of you actually making it through that run are very low because you you have soy milk. What you need is damage.
Yeah.
You need damage really, really badly. Soy milk actually lowers your overall damage output,
Hmm.
even though you shoot so many tiers. Uh, they skew your damage way too hard on that item.
Yeah. It is
Uh,
weird, like because you definitely you and Tony pointed me in the direction of like certain items when I was like first getting into it.
mhm,
It is so different, like because of like the whole damage tier speed, tier distance, like kind of like the stats of that game is
mhm.
it is very different RNG wise. And
Yeah, so it it's the starting item just determines pretty much the speed of your run,
hmm
or at least the speed of which you take down the first two levels. It's why Judas is one of my favorite characters. He starts with the Book of Belial, essentially tripling or no, it's doubling his damage
hmm
at any point in time. So already you're starting off going very fast. The downside to him is he just starts with one heart, so he can't make deals with the devil. He has to rely on angel rooms until he gets enough health.
yeah, gotta make that deal with the devil.
I generally like Angel Rooms better anyway. So
He can go down to Georgia and have a fiddle contest with the devil, though. As long as you got 2 arms, you can do that shit.
uh,
Anything else you want to say before you go, Scott?
nope, that's pretty much it.
Well, I'm glad that you had a fun time with Binding of Isaac.
Uh, Blue Baby's real hard. I will tell you that.
Okay. I don't think
Because
I'll ever unlock Blue Baby, so
Eh,
I can dream. I just don't play that game as much anymore. So
yeah, no. If you don't play it, you won't do it.
yeah.
You have to play the game in order to unlock Blue Baby, and
Yes.
it's not just a thing where you can go ahead and say I'm gonna go unlock Blue Baby. It's you go ahead and you start going for different achievements with each different character, and then once you finally beat Mom's Heart 10 times,
Yeah,
then you get Blue Baby.
sounds heartbreaking.
Because
Dun-cha.
you don't go in and saying,
Appreciate that.
you don't just walk in and say I need to beat this game 10 times.
Okay.
Because you'll quickly lose sight of that goal because
Yeah.
unless you sub it with intermediate goals to go along.
Yeah. I definitely understand that. That's a cool game. I'm glad that you still get a lot out of it every time you talk about it as well. There's a lot to see and hear in that game.
All right, well, I am out.
Yeah, you gotta go see your family, cousins.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you have a good night, Scott.
Bye, Scott.
Bye.
Just a little bonus Scott for everybody. Now it's just you and me, Nobishin.
Sure.
It's the only true irrational passionists. I'm just kidding. Did anything happen with you this week, Nobishin?
No, just exhausting. Not really exhausting. Just like nothing too much happened.
Okay.
Today was exhausting, I should say, because I was here by myself until 3 o'clock. So
Yeah.
that kind of sucks. But other than that, it's been fine. I remembered that I love Girl Scout cookies, which is something it's something I don't never really think about for years, and then all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, Thin Mints is the thing you get, and nothing else because that's just because.
And then all of a sudden, Chris Rock sells them on the Oscars, and then you're like, man, Girl Scout cookies.
I didn't even watch the Oscars, so I didn't.
No one watched the Oscars. They were too white. Yeah, I only like the ones I don't know if they're lemon cookies. They're not lemon cookies, but
I know what the artists don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. Just the regular ass cookies. Those are the only Girl Scout cookies I like. Can't do mint, right? And the one with the coconut, I guess, coconut crumblies on it. Can't do that either.
Sure.
But there are 1,000 different kinds of Girl Scout cookies. So.
Man, where's the diversity, man? Where's the Boy Scout cookies, man?
Exactly. This is what we've been crying out for. Where are my Eagle Scout Tribunes? I don't know. Boys aren't cool enough to sell cookies, apparently.
Maybe. Other than that, though, just certain things. It's been a weird, like I said, I've been in a weird place for the last few evers. So
Yeah. Pretty much since you met us, since we ruined you and you moved to Maryland, that was it. We destroyed you.
But I've been hanging out with a lot of my lady friends lately. That's because I don't know, I've been feeling sort of lonely as of lately, more than usual type of things. So I heard with some of my lady friends like Kim and Ebony and Ashley. Just some good lady friends that I know and just fun to talk to and just have a good time with. And that's been making me feel better. But I don't know, this morning I was super depressed for whatever the reason because of me. And then I don't know, midway through after working after focusing on my work and just get everything done, and, I got over it like I always do. But other than that, there's nothing really too bad. I stopped at my old job, and that place is just a sea of depression, so that made me feel better, I guess.
that is a good feeling, I guess.
Yeah.
In a bad way, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's good people there, but it's just like they just can't get along, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
just what it is. So,
Old job is in the store that you just transferred out of, or old job from before you left Virginia.
the one I was at that was bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I definitely. I feel. I feel what you're saying. I've been feeling kind of lonely too. Um, like now, both of my roommates are in like healthy relationships,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like, you know, sure, I got to deal with hearing my roommate have sex all the time. Like, you know, after 3 years, I've kind of gotten over it.
Yes.
Like you kind of just get past it. But like, you know, Sunday, you know, me day, you know, I sit down here, I watch Sword Art Online, I cry, I have a great time. Um, and it's fine, but like then you know like my brother is hanging out with his girlfriend and uh my roommate is hanging out with his girlfriend, and like I just hear them, they like always like the two of them order pizza from Domino's like on Sundays with their significant others, and like, oh look, our pizzas came like within 20 minutes of each other. I'm like sitting like down there eating like reheated like pizza from earlier in the week. I'm just sitting there like watching. It's like me like standing in the rain with the rain cloud over me, like me looking in from the outside, like eating cold pizza. I'm like, God. So I think that's definitely had an effect on my mood. Although, you know,
Sure.
I'm like a generally solemn person. Like I like to be alone most of the time.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh,
I would agree with that with myself. So
yeah.
it's more of a thing of like I feel at least, or at least with like some of my well, the people I hang out with and stuff like that. I always feel like since we're totally into this fucking conversation,
Yeah.
like I need help. I need
Mhm.
help talking to people. Like I never had a situation where it's like, oh, I have a friend, you two should meet or something like that. I never had that
Yeah.
situation like ever. Like no one even threw me a ball. I don't even have a guy like a
Right?
guy friend who's like, oh, I'm gonna take you out. We're gonna meet some girl, like some like bullheaded like pig-headed fucking asshole type of guy. Like I don't even have a
Yeah.
friend like that. Like just like, oh, we're gonna go to a club, even though that's totally not my scene. But like, we're gonna go to a club, and I'm gonna introduce you to a bunch of girls. Like I've never had that situation happen with
Mhm.
me. So it's like, I just need a little help. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
like I'm the same way.
I feel I'm a
So
great guy, and it's
yeah.
like it's one of those things like I don't know how to talk to people. There's never been a situation that ever happened to me before. So it's
Mhm.
like, and of course there's the like very few situation where I put myself out there, and it's like and it pays off for me like most of the time, but like you know it's
Yeah.
hard to muster that up for me most of the time. So it's
Mhm.
like I just feel like I just need like like a good friend to be like, hey, I'll help you out, bro.
Yeah, like some dude that'll just kind of get you out of the house, right? Like
Sure.
I'm in the same way cuz like you know, Damien, he's been dating like his boyfriend Joey like for like a year and a half almost. And like, you know, they're not going anywhere anymore. Like they're just going out to like Buffalo Wild Wings with us. So like Ethan, Damien and I go out to Buffalo Wild Wings every Monday night. This is like a thing that I've not really talked about on the show, but
Yeah, like that's new.
it's a thing. We've been doing it since like November, right? Every Monday night we go out.
I mean, I've seen the pictures. I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
You go there a lot.
it's boneless wing night. You know, I like wings. I'm not a big fan of boneless wings, but it's harder to get Ethan to go out on Wednesdays when they have bone-in wings wing night. So,
Mm.
because he works at the tattoo shop and in the night, so so we go out every
What
Monday
does
night.
Eden order there?
He gets a basket of fries with the dry rub.
Okay,
On it.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
they have like all their seasonings as well as their sauces, so you can get any of the dry rubs on any of like their side dishes, which is cool.
Sure.
So yeah, Damien and I will get wings. And it's great because like now we've got like we've got a night, right? We've got our date night pretty much
Mm-hmm.
of the three of us, and like sometimes Damien will bring Joey, and Ethan he's talking about maybe like bringing Sandra with him sometime, but like we go out, you know, we usually converge here and carpool together and just talk shit the whole way there. And then Damien always is like, I'm not gonna get wings tonight. And then he's just like, I'll have 5 of the hot, and then 5 of the teriyaki. And like I always get like either 10 or 15 honey barbecue wings with a side of ranch. Like I always get it. I've never gotten anything different. And he always gives me shit, but then he ends up getting like I'll have 5 medium and 5 teriyaki or whatever. I'm like, fuck you, you do the same thing as me. And it's great. So we've got like this routine, right? But I'm with you of like, these two, like they're, Ethan he went to a Coheed and Cambria concert this week, and that was the most exciting thing he's done. Like, him and Sandra will go on like a walk in the park or go like Netflix and chill, quite literally.
Yes.
So like there's no one that's gonna like take me out. And I got plenty of single friends and all, but they're all using Tinder, and that shit's just gross to me. So
Yeah. I can't. I can't.
yeah, right. I can't do that. Like Ethan met his girlfriend on Tinder, but I just it's gross.
There's a I could see people doing it, and like I understand that, but it's like there's a thing that it's like one of those things. It's like I just can't understand just like being so subjective and just like looking at a picture is like, oh, you're good enough for me. Oh, you got a gap in your tooth. I can't look at you anymore. So I have to just move on, help you, even if you have so many other good points or something like that.
Like there's sometimes like when I'm on Tinder because I hate myself and I'm on there anyway. Even though like I'll never talk to anyone on there, even if like we both match, like I'll just never send you a message.
Seriously.
Because like what am I gonna say? Am I gonna make a Deadpool joke? But like the one time, the one time where I was like, this person is like they figured out what Tinder really is, and it was their description was just one sentence, and I might have brought it up in the show before. They just said it's all fun and games until I fuck your dad, and I'm like, that's the fucking funniest shit I've ever read in my life. So some people have got Tinder figured out. I don't. But yeah, like my friends that live down the like the road, even like my kind of like macho, like the guy friend that you're talking about, like my friend Josh is totally that guy, and now he's got a girlfriend, and all he does is like stay inside and has like he makes dinner for her and like has all these cute dates. I'm like, you're ruined. You were the one chance, and it's over. Yeah, like my friend Chris who lives there as well, he'll go on Tinder dates and tell me about them, but like it's just I understand is what I'm saying. It's different, but like I get it as well.
Yeah,
just somebody like be like, I know like somebody who's just said, I know somebody that you would really like
yes.
How hard is that?
Apparently too hard.
Apparently too hard. What's the worst thing is like when people and I don't know if I ever told you about this, but you get a fucking kick out of it. Like the girl that Ethan dated before the girl he's dating now, her name was Emily, wasn't a big fan of Emily. I'll let you know. She just said some stuff that like was questionable. Like when like Ethan was like, I want you to get to know her, like come out, have lunch with us, and I'm like, okay.
She's the one that asked you, why don't you date, right?
Yeah, this is it. She says this, okay. Like, why don't you date? And like, she did the whole full like hindsight is 2020 thing where she just changed the past. Where afterwards she's like, I asked why you didn't have a girlfriend, not why you don't date. I'm like, that's not what you said. You said, why don't you date? As if like I have a choice in this as well. Like I'm just, I threw in the towel a long time ago. Like, nah, like that's not what I did. you just say shit now. So yeah, I mean, people will say stuff like that to me and be like, oh, but you're so sweet. Like, I can't understand why you don't talk to anyone. It's like, you're such a great person. I'm like, I know I'm great. I think I'm pretty good too. Like, so that's definitely a feeling I empathize with.
Sure.
But this has now become our Lonely Hearts podcast. But yeah, that's life.
Yeah, honestly, talking about it makes me feel like 10 times better than I did today. So thank you for that.
Good. Yeah, I mean, like, I think we have a lot in common. I think in not necessarily in that regard, but like as far as like we are both people who like alone time and prefer a good amount of that time to be by ourselves and stuff. Like, it would just be kind of cool if I could share that with somebody some of the time. So sure. I think we definitely agree in that regard. Anything else you want to talk about?
Let's just go gay, Alex.
Yeah, let's just go gay. If only it was so easy, right? God damn it. There are so many cute boys. I got this fucking notice me
honestly,
senpai.
now honestly, if you were to like to say like even for you or me, like if we both say like we're going gay, like do you think Damien would actually be out there just to hook us up? Like
No.
would he be that guy?
No, Damien would be terrified because he's like, I can't live in a world where you're gay. That's just too weird. He has said this to me multiple times. And I'm like, I talked to him about, I'm like, what if I ended up being bisexual? And he was like, I don't want to talk about it. He got so freaked, like genuinely uncomfortably freaked out. And it's like, I sat down with him and Ethan. I was like, I don't want to necessarily put a label on my sexuality. And Ethan was like, all right, cool, man. It sounds good. I'm like, you just do whatever makes you happy. And David's like, this is really weird. Am I the only person that thinks this is really weird? It was the funniest guy. Even I was totally serious with them, and like even if I was kidding, it would have been fucking so worth it. So no, I don't think I could fucking trust Damien worth shit for that. So, I do want to say, Cameron just tweeted at us and said, "I'm here for you, brothers. GDI, it's hard. Also, this Damien stuff is hilarious." So, yeah. So there you go. The Lonely Hearts bonus. This has been some bonus. This is some content right here.
God, has it been like an hour?
It has been almost an hour. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay.
But Tony's gonna be here soon, so we might as well just like wait it out. So, Harold did comment samosas. I could go for one right now. Also, Ethan has been drinking Brass Monkeys a lot lately. I don't know if you can hear me. Do you know what a brass monkey is?
I have no idea.
So, Beastie Boys song about a brass monkey. There are many different interpretations of a brass monkey. His is to take an entire can of Budweiser and put a little bit of orange juice in it and drink that. So, I like he was like he came down after his girlfriend left last night, just in his underwear, drinking a brass monkey. And I'm like, Ethan, I feel like you're making some questionable decisions. And he went to a concert in Baltimore last night where he didn't go for the headliner because one of our friends was in one of the leading up bands. And the headliner was a band called Diarrhea Planet.
Nice.
It was I don't even remember what my friend Nick's band was. It was some like wizard pop band was what they classified themselves. It was them, Rat Boilers, and then Diarrhea Planet.
Okay.
And they apparently drew quite the crowd. So also, I don't know why, but last week's podcast on YouTube got like 617 views.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is cool, I guess.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, like super random. Like, I got a couple subscribers because of it. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate it for sure.
This is on somebody's playlist that we don't know.
Yeah, it's probably showed up on somebody's like a list on Twitter. Isn't that always scary? You've been added to a list. I'm like, where's this conversation going? Yeah, so it's a weird week. This is a pretty good show. Yeah, I guess now we just gotta hold out for Tony at this point. I could text him, but he'll probably just respond, I'm in a meeting. So, what what have you been? You said you've been just kind of like laying about. What have you been doing in place of playing video games?
That's a great question. Because it hasn't really been anything, but it's I'm not playing video games, but I'm still consuming video games. So it's more of I'll just watch this whole playthrough of. Basically, I've been watching a lot of Green Girls. So
Okay,
it's been a lot of that. It's been a lot of I catch up on Giant Bomb stuff that I missed. I was behind on the Beast Cast, and now I'm all caught up with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been playing games, but it's just the little games, just games that I don't have to put too much time into or don't really need to think about when I play it because I played them so many times. So it's I've been playing stuff, but not necessarily having. So it's not something that would necessarily count, I should say. So,
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I've been watching mostly anime this week, so which is a weird dark turn of events for me. I also, you'll be happy to know, I don't know if you saw me tweet about it. I started watching Your Lie in April, and I had two people tweet me and say, "Hey, that's my wife." It was the greatest. It made my fucking week.
Ugh.
Just because that fucking comedy button ad, that it's just, it's so good. Um, so like, and I thought it independently. I'm like, where have I heard of this anime before? Your Lie in April. Where does that come from? And then the phrase just, "Hey, that's my wife," popped into my head. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Game Grumps is good. I was gonna ask if you like, I don't know if you've watched any of the older Game Grumps stuff. I imagine you're just kind of like watching what's going on now.
I'm current, but like like when I feel like I want to watch something, like I watched the entire Super Mario World playthrough.
3D
Uh,
World,
no,
or okay,
the
okay,
regular one.
okay.
Um, this kind of just like classic Aaron and Dan stuff. Like I like
Mhm.
JonTron, but like I just think Dan and Aaron are like just the best
Yeah,
together.
they've got like this bromance that is like it's like watching a star being born.
Mm.
But I was gonna say I have some recommendations, some hot favorites that you might want to take a journey through.
Trauma
Um,
Center.
Trauma Center is great, absolutely great. Super Mario 3D World is really good because they played
Mm.
that together. Although they've done that with pretty much all the Mario games. What's it? Out of This World is probably my favorite Game Grumps series. It's only 4 episodes long, uh, and that's the infamous Mike Ruba joke. So that's great.
Battle Kid.
Battle Kid is perfect. Journey to Silius is really good. That's where Sad Hoshi comes from, and that's still one of my favorite things. And like Wind Waker is really good. Shadow of the Colossus is really good. It's cool because Dan plays Shadow of the Colossus, which is totally like not a Dan game,
Mm.
but he gets like way into it, and it's awesome. So um, that's a really fun one. So Tony's probably not going to be here in 20 minutes, so we can probably get started.
All right, that's fine.
Do you have Audacity ready?
Yeah, let me just do a quick mic check.
Yeah, I'm doing one as well, just to make sure it's all working.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Have you heard of Grimgar, the anime?
Grimguard?
Yeah,
Let me see.
Cameron recommended it to me.
I might. Let me see. All one word?
Yeah, Grimgar.
GIR?
Gar.
GIR. Grimguard.
There are 4 secret Fire Emblem characters. God
I have
damn
not.
it.
No, that's new. Yeah, that's why. It's
Oh,
super
okay.
new.
I wasn't sure if it was new or not. Zana. Okay. Um. Yeah, he had recommended it to me, so I don't know what it's about or anything. All right. On one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Cool. Let me make sure the mail sack's good. That's good. And then that's. I'll send him another tweet.
Seriously, that conversation makes me feel 10 times better.
Good.
Like I don't know why. Like I'm feeling like yeah, like because like when I first got on here, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk today. Like I was just not feeling it, but now I'm like, yeah,
I know,
I feel
like
so much better now.
sometimes you just gotta get out of that, get out of the funk. It made me feel better about it too.
Mm.
I'm like not necessarily someone who's very forthcomingly depressed, but talking about it definitely helps. Uh, we are 268. Jesus. Right now. Right meow. All right. I'll take Scott out of the dark. Cool. All right. It is Saturday, March 5th, 2016, and you are listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I'm Alex O'Neill, your host, and with me is Brian Nobishin Jackson.
Don't give me your heartache, girl, change your mind, and it's all it takes. I don't want you, though you're not my fire. Live on the edge of it, live in desire. Fist in my heart so angrily is eyebrow rage. Oh, can't you see? I have a rival named Yusuke. He's kinda strong, but mostly gay. Listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of that street. Don't give me your heart heat. Let's all meet at Girl Chain in Paradise. That's it.
Bravo. Got to bring the energy. It's just you and me, so in it to win it.
You never watched those, did you?
Depends on what those are. So
They're old Eagle Raptor shit.
I've probably seen it, but like a lot of YouTube videos or internet videos before they were YouTube videos just kind of fly out my head, right?
Yeah, that's like old Newground stuff. Like that's when he was basically making his own anime, and it's pretty much what you would think Aaron's anime would be.
Yeah, so. Which is great. I mean, like no one ever talks about his fucking "Would you like some pound cake" video, but that's still like, and the fucking Dudley, Chick-fil-A, video. Like I could watch that and lose my fucking mind laughing still. So, it's it's got some quality in that old timey history he's got going on with him. So, yeah, it's just Nobishin and me. Tony's gonna be here soon, or so he says. He just got off work, so he'll probably be here in the next 30 or so minutes, I imagine. But Scott is not here. He was here for the bonus content, so if you want to go on our YouTube channel and watch that, which you should, because Nobishin and I had some real talk. It was really fun. We had a good talk. Talked about it was like an hour of bonus content, so you should check that out. Stuff went up on the website this week. Just to get right into housekeeping. Typically, I was gonna bring up like, hey, Ninja Sex Party put out a new album this week. I don't know if you've listened to it, Nobishin.
No, I haven't. I listened to the 2 songs that they released. So
yeah. Or I don't even know if you're like a fan of 80s music necessarily.
Please.
Is that like a of course I am, or
yes, and of course I am.
Yeah. I mean, you were born in the 80s, so I feel like everyone who's born in the 80s is obligated to like 80s music. 10 out of 10 times that has been proven true to me. So I was born in the 90s and could not give a shit about 90s music. So yeah, that album is really, 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 really good. I'm not like a huge fan of 80s music. Some of it tends to be a little slow for me, but I am a huge fan of Dan Avidan's beautiful voice. So
who's that? Don't you mean Danny Sexbang?
Daniel Sexbang. Daniel Y. Sexbang. The Y stands for you because he's encompassing you. That's a real thing. If you didn't know that, listeners, get your shit together. But yeah, that album was actually number 9 on iTunes overall charts day of release.
Nice.
Like top 10. You see this fucking stupid picture of Danny and Brian on like a royal bed for that cover art of Under the Covers. It's an 80s/70s cover album that is really, really good. If you haven't listened to it, you should check it out. I've been in correspondence with them, and hopefully we'll be able to feature one of the songs from that album on this very podcast at some point in the near future. So stay tuned for that if you want to hold out on listening to it. But it's up on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. So it's really good. I recommend it. My favorite songs off of that are probably "Rock with You" and the last song. I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's really good. The one that they did with the Super Guitar Brothers. It's very slow and it's very pretty. Other stuff to get right into housekeeping, aside from great new Ninja Sex Party albums. Tony wrote a thing that posted on the website. I don't know if you ended up reading that, Nabishin. It's pretty
Yeah, I
good.
did. I've been proud of Tony for like the last like few weeks now because like he seems like he's been doing a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like I've just been catching up on one of his stuff. So yeah, I try to encourage him anytime he does anything for our site and does anything for us. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Like, he edited the podcast a couple weeks ago. Um, he wrote this. He told me about some other stuff he's writing. He approached me a few weeks ago and said, "Hey, like pretty much after the Game of Year content was all done, it's like, hey, this is me like coming to you and saying I want to do stuff for the site and for the show. So like, what can I do?" And I kind of gave him some stuff to bounce off of, and he's been going at it. He's got some other stuff that I know he's working on, and maybe he'll talk about it when he gets here. But yeah, he's been doing really great.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Jarrett sat down to record the new monthly passions with a couple other people out there. So that will hopefully be coming together soon.
So that's actually a thing then.
That is like becoming a thing. I didn't know about it until after it recorded. So
I didn't know about it at all
yeah.
as far as like that. So okay.
Yeah, so it's been recorded, so it's going to happen,
Okay.
which is cool. Like, I'm curious to see. Jarrett had an idea to do with it, and we both liked it.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like a thing of like, functionally, how are we going to get this to happen? And it sounds like they're making it happen. So, good on him for helping spearhead that and getting it together. They had Michael Martin on it, who's on the show a few weeks ago, so to talk about Street Fighter. So. I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah,
Apparently,
definitely.
Jarrett is editing it, and he's getting it together. So that's coming soon. I've written like I write a lot, right? I have plenty of unpublished articles, but there are three specifically that I've written in the past couple of weeks that I want to put on IP. Like, I think that's a good place for them. Um, One we'll see might go somewhere else. The like one of them for sure I'm gonna put up on IP. So hopefully that'll be up in a timely fashion within the next week. And I just started writing something today that I really like. Uh, on an aside, like something that I'm proud of, didn't post on Irrational Passions, not video game related necessarily. But if people remember, a year ago I wrote like this 6,000 word piece, like total piece about Sword Art Online, because I really like that show quite a bit. And I kind of wrote this 6,000 words about it over the course of 3 days, and I published it on my blog. So I started watching Sword Art Online 2, and I wrote like another just like 2,500 words on kind of the first half of that. It was like a thing of like I just kept writing for like an hour, and then I'm like, oh well, this is a lot more than I thought I'd end up writing. So
Mm.
um, and it's a little more organized than like a year ago when I wrote those older posts. Like, I was still kind of getting into the groove of this. I'm a much better writer now than I was then. So it's a little bit more neat, I guess you could say. That's on my blog, alexloneal.tumblr.com. Um, so that if you want to check that out, I would very much appreciate it. But that's it for housekeeping. Yeah, check out Tony wrote an article about Stardew. He really wanted to talk about it on the show. It's called Why Stardew Valley. It's a game I didn't know I needed. So I'm sure he'll get to that today. So when he gets here. More MUP is coming. We have to help. Justin and I are working on helping Greg with editing, but episode 27 is currently the most recently released episode we have recorded through episode 34. So we are working on playing some catch up.
Has he
On
just
that.
not had the time?
Yeah, I mean, what with moving and everything, he's just been kind of all over the place. I think 28 is ready to post. I'll try and get that up soon. I don't know like what we're doing with it, but we're on a pretty good schedule as far as recording that is. We just kind of got to help him play a little catch up with editing and posting that.
Mm.
But I know the last show, he hasn't been on a few shows now. Like I think 4 in a row Greg has missed now since he moved in November. So he'll be playing some catch up, and we'll get those up soon. So look out for those as well. I think that's it as far as housekeeping. Unless you've got anything, Albushin.
Nothing on my side, no.
Apparently, the word bonus has been trademarked by our good friends over at Bonus Points. And to them, I just want to say, fuck you. Can't take bonus content away from us. You can take the boner out of boner points, but you can't take the bonus out of bonus content. So I'll leave you with that. You should watch the bonus content from this week. Let's talk about video games. I want to know what you've been playing / not playing, Nobshin.
It's pretty much the same stuff. That's Pokemon Yellow. Just a steady climb on that. Nothing really much to talk about that.
What gym are you on?
I beat Vermilion, so I'm on to the next one. So
Are you on the road to Vermilion City?
I passed Vermilion City.
Okay. That's a good song.
It's Viridian City, though.
Yeah, right. I'm wrong. That's a good song though.
But I will say though, I haven't played Pokemon in fucking years, but like it's definitely the thing I need now. As far as like video games to play, and like I'm just really just enjoying it for what it is. Yeah, it's like it's super simple, and there's fucking nothing to it. It's a stupid simple ass game, but like I don't know, there's so much satisfaction with it, and like because like I'm playing Yellow, there's not much of a story. If there's a story at all, stuff to be the very best, blah 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 blah.
Gotta catch them all, yada yada.
Yeah, and like there's this whole Team Rocket thing, which is like they kind of allude to, but like, oh, you watch the show, you know who Jesse and James are, type of thing. So it's like they don't even bother to like really explain them at all. So it's like I'm just enjoying it for what it is. So it's great. I love it.
Tony, I know you were here.
Hi, Alex.
Do you want to start recording?
I'm ready.
Okay, on 1, 3, 2, 1.
0.
Don't like pretend like it's something there. We had some very good bonus content, Tony. You missed
I know. I was there for it. It was great. Oh man, everything is just turning up excellent this evening.
Tony Horvath is here.
Hi.
Tony, Nabashin was just telling us about Pokemon Yellow, one of your favorite games ever, I believe.
Ever is a stretch. It's a good game.
That game's all right.
I'd say it makes top 1,000 of all the games that I've played.
1,000 games.
Top 1,000. Have you played more than 1,000 games though?
I bet I have.
I'm suspect on that.
Yeah, if you include like all the iOS games you played.
No. There's not that many. I just count every individual game of League of Legends or Dota 2 as a separate game.
Well, now you're really full of shit. Just hot garbage. I totally understand what you're saying, though, Nabashin, because, I don't know, there's something about losing yourself to a good Pokemon experience. There's not much to it, like you said. You're just kind of clicking the same button over again. Usually you got your move, right? You got Pikachu. He's got the one thing. It's probably like Thunder or whatever. It hits most of the time. It usually like one-shots it because your starter is basically your one Pokemon on steroids. So you're just kind of like mashing A through everything. It's just nice though. You see a new Pokemon, you're like, oh, look, it's a Dratini. Maybe I'll try and catch that. Something like that. You're not at the Safari Zone. Never mind.
No.
Not yet. Gotta catch the Dratini though. I don't know if you watched the Pokemon Fire Red Game Grumps playthrough.
I've actually loved to like episode 21. So
there's a point in that where they try and catch a Dratini, and they're like, they haven't slept in like 22 hours, so they're just delirious. And then they finally.
So that was just one play section.
No. Like it's later in the series, in one of their later sessions.
Yeah, because I know that they were like saying like I was like, oh, we usually do like 20 episodes and then we stop, but like, oh, we're still going on with it. So
yeah, there are a couple of those with Pokemon Red.
Oh, okay.
It was like right in the middle of Player Select when they were making the Starbomb album, so they clearly weren't getting very much sleep to begin with.
Oh.
Because they made like that whole album like less than 6 months, I think. So it was that coupled with we have to record a certain amount of Game Grumps episodes today, and it was them in the Safari Zone, and then they finally see a Dratini, and then they fail to capture it, and Aaron, in a rage, fishes again, captures a Goldeen by accident, and names it Dratini. That's a great playthrough. Also, it's the first playthrough that they do that's longer than Sonic 06, so that's a journey. Anyway, little Game Grumps tangent there. Yeah, Pokemon Yellow. There was a moment where I almost broke and bought that game, and I'm like, don't do it. Just don't do it. Just wait. I'll be fine if I wait.
Just wait.
I'm sure that Pokemon Sun or Moon will be fine for me later this year.
Real talk though, like that time I text y'all, I was like, when I was saying like, oh, should I buy a new 3DS? And the only reason I wanted to buy it is because like, oh, it has like Pokemon Red and Blue already installed, and I just bought Yellow, so I'll just have all three of them like that. That'll be simple. That's a good reason to buy a new system that I'll never play anything on. So.
And Scott was like, "Yo, dog, wait until we know what the NX is."
Yeah.
It was like, because we were in the same room when he sent that. I'm like, that's the most sage advice you've ever given, Scott. Although, we've got some news to talk about in that regard. It's just like,
I like Mario Kart.
Yeah, like I'm more frustrated by it than anything else. So, yeah. Anything else, Navashin?
Like the only other thing I've been playing is just like Mass Effect, and other than that, there's nothing really to talk about. That's just me playing Mass Effect. So, if I were to talk about it, it's just me playing on the PS3, trying to get that platinum on Mass Effect 1, which is just it's kind of annoying just to play on that system just for load times and just various other different things like systems like they are on your ass on that one, like your companions on they're for some reason they're like super glued to you. They don't separate like they usually are supposed to, so like there's some weird AI problems going on with that port for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, weird.
But like yeah, there's nothing much to say about that. And other than that, like excuse me. I've been playing Twilight Princess, which
HD, the cure to your gaming rut, no doubt.
I'm enjoying it though.
No, it's an enjoyable game.
No, this is. I wouldn't even think it was that, honestly, because like that game is such a blur to me. Like it's just something I played and then this like that I was done with, and this was like and just playing into it again. It's like, oh, this actually is good. I would dare say even good.
Yeah. By no means bad.
But like more than that. More than just like it's more than just like it's like I think it's more than serviceable even right now. The way I'm playing through it. It's just like it feels decent. Like I don't know, like maybe like it's the whole Wii that maybe think lesser of that game than I probably should have. But like I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I was.
Yeah, where are you at in it?
Not too far. I just saved all the monkeys in the first dungeon, so not too far.
That's fine. I was very sad when I realized I wouldn't have enough money to get that.
So you didn't get it?
I did not get it. I had to cancel my pre-order, which now puts me back on the free end of owning zero amiibos. So, like, it was like a thing of I could get Twilight Princess HD, the Wolf Link amiibo, and the Division. I just wouldn't eat for the next week. Or I could just get the Division and be able to eat.
Or you could eat a lot and get neither.
Yeah, but I'd like to play the Division. So I'm fully
just all right.
I'm fully on the hype train for that. I think having played a lot of it, I'm very excited for the potential of that game. Will it deliver? That's still up in the air.
So you're going full pre-order with that?
I've already. I had the pre-order on Amazon to get the beta code, so I'm just gonna let it ship to my house.
Sure.
It'll just.
But I didn't know if you wanted to wait on this. It's like there won't be day one reviews, obviously, because they'll turn the servers on as soon as they get.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because at this point I've got. I kind of want to be a part of that conversation.
Sure.
And it's something like I kind of had set a little bit of money aside for. And yeah, like I've got so many people that are going to be playing it day one. Like the Division, even I said this before, even more so than Destiny, is like more people are picking that up and getting ready to play it day one. I mean, Tony, you said that you were probably going to get it anyway. I don't know why you're trying to downplay it.
I actually might not. We'll see.
Okay. See, that's a realistic stance I can get behind. So yeah, I'm very excited about that game. If I talked about what I had watched last week. If there's a good through line there, kind of a good leveling system and a good amount of skills and abilities that you progress at a good clip, then I will be happy with what that game ends up being, I think. So, but yeah, no Twilight Princess HD for me. How does it look?
Looks fine.
Okay.
Probably looks like HD or something. I
mean, I imagine. I'd hope.
I'm a weird judge for those type of remasters, honestly, because I'm a person who thinks like Metal Gear Solid still looks great, and I think Super Mario 64 still looks great. So,
okay.
I'm not the type of person to ask for that. I will say that I mean compared to other Zelda games, because I'm thinking not Twilight Princess. I'm thinking Wind Waker.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that game looks really, really good. And
yeah,
but that's more of a colors thing, and this one is more darker as far as colors. But I think it still looks good though. Only thing that looks off-putting is just the people. That's not Link and Zelda and Midna.
Yeah,
it's the random people there. They just look weird. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that baby. You remember that baby?
Oh man, fucking Mallow, man, or Tallow? I don't know.
Mallow.
Which one it is.
I think it's Mallow.
Maybe. Shit, dog. That baby is fucked up. Yeah, it's weird because I played that game a couple of years ago. So hearing people talk, like Dan Reichert, kind of he's been talking about it on the Bombcast and stuff. Like, I think he went through the same kind of renewed feelings about that game that I did when I played it for Alex Plays Zelda, which you can watch my whole playthrough on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/irrationalpassions. But yeah, when I had finished that game, I liked it a lot more than I remember liking it, right? Because I remember it kind of being more Skyward Swordy than it ended up being. And then obviously playing those back to back, Skyward Sword is way more Skyward Sword than Twilight Princess is.
Yeah. There's certain things I remember saying to myself loud, because when I got the game, I played it with my friends. I'll show this to you, and so we'll just go through this experience together or whatever. Just reminiscing and stuff Katie's a big Zelda fan, and Mark played it with the Wii when he first got his Wii. So it's one of those things. It's we all played this. Let's all remember this at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But Link's girlfriend in this game, I always forget the name. It's Lila or something like that,
Something like that.
But yeah, it was I was said to myself I like how they portray Link's quote unquote girlfriends in the 3D Zelda games. It's Sarah and her, and then like Zelda, and obviously in Skyward Sword, it's like I think they did the best with her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's the way like they play off with each other, and I think, oh, that's good. I like how they do that with like so little words.
Yeah, I mean, like this was definitely more on the like characterizing Link, giving him kind of a personality, like kind of like Skyward Sword. You know, he was kind of doofy in both of these games, like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. Whereas, you know, he's like fucking stone face in Ocarina, for example. And like that, you know, he emotes a lot in Wind Waker, but he doesn't really have a distinct personality other than being kind of impulsive. So like they've done a lot of good stuff as far as like, yeah, like he plays off of other characters, you know, he's kind of like the whole Japanese anime scratching the back of your head with your eyes closed type thing. Like, you know, he does stuff like that, you know. He seems like more than just like a green hat with a blank face underneath of it. So that's cool, yeah. It's it's they do some cool stuff, and I think like the thing with Twilight Princess over Skyward Sword is like there's a lot more characters you kind of know in Twilight Princess, and like the overarching story is kind of like always progressing, as opposed to in Skyward Sword, the overarching story is like Zelda's missing for more than half that game, and like there's no kind of recurring characters outside of Groose and Zelda and Impa. You just kind of go to a new area, and it's like, oh, here are these like little squirrel people, and here are these mole people, and they never really move around. They just kind of are here waiting for me to show up. Whereas like people are you'll see recurring characters like the dad, the fishing boy's dad, who makes the sword. He like he shows up again a few times in that game. It's cool. So stuff like that, just little stuff like that. So yeah, Twilight Princess is all right, and the dungeons are really cool, especially the late game stuff.
I mean, like,
there, so
yeah. Like I said, replaying that just makes me like just remember this, like makes me remember how much I don't remember of that game.
Yeah,
there's only like maybe like 3 standout parts. Of course, Midna, who's like obviously like still a game as far as like as a character or whatever. But like just like it's like her, the spinner, obviously the boss fight with that spinner, and like the chain, the ball and chain. That's like the only things I remember from that game. Oh, and like those girls fangirling over like
yeah,
and then the hearts appear, and then you have those hearts for hell. Like that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, there's clever stuff in that game. I like that game a lot. It's still kind of like more of the bottom tier of Zelda games, but again, the bottom tier of kind of all of these games are pretty good is still pretty good. So. Cool. How's that amiibo treating you?
I can use it to quick start the game.
That's cool, I guess.
No, because like all you have to do is press 2 buttons and you start the game. So no.
Have you become an Amiibo baller yet?
Yeah, I feel like if you got more than 5 amiibos, you're an amiiballer. I think just by default.
I got Shovel Knight. I got Captain Falcon recently.
You finally found him. You finally found your Falcon.
Yeah. Cause like some side shit like I finally got out of my debt that I had for like over a few years now.
Nice, congrats. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal for me. So I finally got out of that. So I actually have spare money now. So it's like, oh wow, this is an amazing thing. So I'm like, like I'm saving for like certain stuff, like hopefully go to Los Angeles for something in the midsummer or whatever. But like other than that, like this is like
you going to E3? That's what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not going there. But like just like just certain things. It's just like I just look at these amiibos and I'm like maybe I do want to get all of them. And it's like nah, I shouldn't. But I got like maybe like a few. I have a lot of stuff. And I'm just buying dumb things now. I bought a Chia a few days ago, and I took a picture.
Oh, I know. I see.
I know you know.
I see all those Amazon orders. I get an email every time you order some guilty pleasure shit off Amazon. It was fine. Like, I could tell you how many times my mouse has hovered over the buy this Risei statue on Amazon, and like, we've all been there. Okay, if I had money to spend, I'd fucking do it.
Right.
So. But hey, sometimes you get $1,000 water bill, and you have to live with that. You have to be like, man, we really should have fixed that running toilet when we moved in here. Man, it was fucked up that toilet was running before we moved in here. But
and now it is not.
Now it is not. It's very much a fixed toilet now. I can tell you that after a goddamn water bill. Anyway, weird tangent aside.
But
yeah,
that's pretty much me, I would say. Like, other than hanging out with my friends, playing Smash Brothers, so that's pretty much it.
Okay. I played some video games as well. I played a lot of Spelunky this week. I play Spelunky every week. I don't bring it up every week, obviously. I feel like that's a and a shoe would thing like, oh, it's been a week of days. I guess Alex probably played Spelunky at some point during those days. But now, like, it's very much a ritual to play Spelunky while I'm editing the podcast. So, like, the week before this last week, I didn't, because Tony edited the show, so I just didn't play Spelunky. It was a weird week. But yeah, this time, like, I had 4 kind of like 30 to 40 minute runs of Spelunky while I was editing the show, and they were all great, and they all ended terribly. So it was I even had like a couple of great runs before we started recording, because I was just sitting around playing it, because I'm a mess and I play that game way too much. But yeah, like, I get, you get 15 plus bombs and a jetpack before you leave the mines. I'm like, I've got this shit. It's set. I'm good. Sometimes I have the Kapala Cup. Sometimes I don't. And then something goes terribly wrong in the temple. Or else, like, I make an easy mistake and I get thrown into a wall until I'm dead by some Yeti on the wrong level. God damn it. I have a very, I have a very high level relationship with Spelunky now. Of, like, if I don't have, like, a certain amount of gold before I leave the mines, I just quit.
Fucking elitist bitch.
Yeah. Whatever. It says the guy that is the most elitist. Yeah, I mean, that's just a really enjoyable game. Like, it's so weird. Like, the game initially we talked about in 2012, right? Yeah, that was the year Fez also came out. God, that wound will never close. But yeah, like, I still play that, like, every week, 4 years later, which is crazy to me. I just really like that game. It's hard. It's weird, like, having that, like, be my jam. Just before the show started, I actually played.
Is it?
It is. It's my jam. It's not my only jam. I wouldn't even say it's my main jam, but it is my jam. It's one of jams. Just before the show started, I actually played a little bit of that open, or for PlayStation Plus members, open Hitman beta for the new Hitman game. Just like the first 30 minutes of it, which is the tutorial. I've never played a Hitman game before, full disclosure. Although my one of my closest friends is a huge Hitman fan. It's like one of those few franchises he latches on to as, like, his thing. So, it was cool. Like, it's kind of like this. You're clearly in, like, this recreated environment of, like, hey, we heard about your first mission was this time that you snuck onto a yacht and killed this guy. So, like, they make this recreation of that in a warehouse with all actors, I guess, or whatever. So it's cool. Having never played a Hitman game before, like, it was just a tutorial. So, go around this way, knock this guy out, wear a disguise, like, wear his clothes as a disguise, sneak in here, and then, like, oh, now I have to get a different disguise, knock that guy out, hide his body, then go, like, sneak around and shoot some guy in the head with a silenced pistol. So it was cool. It's cool because when I knocked the first guy out, you can drag the body, but, like, they have, like, realistic ragdolling. So, like, you actually grab his foot and drag his body by the foot, and the rest of his body's just kind of, like, sprawling out in a very realistic looking way. So that was cool. But outside of that, just it seemed fine. It seemed pretty cool. Like, after I finished it, it's like, okay, hey, now we want you to replay this mission, not tutorial, right? And kind of do it a different way. Like, make sure you won't get credit if you do it just the same way. Do it a different way. And, like, here are a list of 13 kind of challenges to give you some ideas. So, and that's just the tutorial, right? So it's just, like, this very small enclosed space. So yeah, like, some of the challenges were, like, kill him with rat poison, get this specific disguise, or find this hidden key or whatever to get into this room, or set up, find the explosives or something like that. So it was cool. It seems like a really cool format for a game, and I think the beta also gets a little bit into kind of the first major area. I'm not sure. But so far, it just seems like a pretty cool game. It's got some fucking messed up frame rate issues, but it's a beta, so I'm not holding it to that. Did you check that out at all, Nomishin?
No, not yet.
Okay. Were you gonna play any of the Uncharted beta? That's also going on, I think, right now.
No, because I played the beta the last time it came out,
Mhm.
and I just played for like a good minute. I was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's no Uncharted 2.
Yeah. Well, what is really? But the only other thing I played was more Fire Emblem. Like those other things I played for maybe 2 hours before the show. Like Fire Emblem Fates Birthright was kind of like the bulk of my time. I just watched anime and I played Fire Emblem this week. So that was my whole week outside
Sounds
of
like
going
a
to
great
work.
week.
It was like Namish and I talked about it before during the bonus content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a weird place. Like I didn't
Yeah.
I'm still writing every day. Which another thing. 5 days from now, I will have written every day for a year.
I'm telling you, dude, you have to stop now. You can't let them win and get to a year.
Well, like the thing is like it. I'm sure to some people like that's a crazy big deal. Like our friend of the show, Trevor Starkey, he started writing every day. And he's like on day 40 or 50, I think, somewhere in that range. And he's doing great. Like I love it. Like even Barrett, if you haven't checked it out, Bayzona Gamers launched their website now. So I think it's bayzonagamers.com is just where it is. And he's like writing at least a few times a week there regularly, and that's awesome. And actually, shout out to specific Ivan Lekovic. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. He contacted me about a few things, but mostly, he wanted some advice on writing. He actually sent me something to edit, and like he went from like this kind of like base like 3 or 4 paragraph idea for a piece to like this really fleshed out, like really really well written, like kind of like a little choppy to very well composed piece in just a few days, like which is a little bit of editing, a little bit of tips here and there. So like I very much appreciate everyone that's kind of reached out to me and like said like, hey, thanks for writing all that stuff. Like that's awesome. I'm glad more people are writing out there. Don't stop. Keep doing it. But like honestly, to me, like consistency has never been a problem for me. We've put out this podcast every week, save for a few weeks off here and there since October of 2012 was the only time we've ever kind of taken a hiatus. And again, consistency is never the issue. Like every time I think of like, oh, I've written every day for a year pretty much, like I'm like, oh well, I remember that game log thing I did.
Yeah, that was fun.
Like
I did a game log
that only fucking crazy people did. Tony included, like, and I had some other people join me with that as well. But I actually did it. I logged my game hours every day for a year.
Game log was a strategic decision to work my way into this show.
That was it. That was how you weaseled your way in.
That's right.
And like
if you do a game log for Irrational Passions, even you can be a host.
Don't say that. Even if some people dropped it, like everyone else, like I had like maybe 5 or 6 other people doing game logs. You included, Tony. Everyone else dropped it after a few months. I did it for the whole 12 months. And and I went through and I calculated it all, like added up the numbers and shit and did that work. Like a whole year of like by hand typing out like my when I started playing a game, like timestamp wise to when I stopped, and then kind of adding that together. It's just weird. So
we should do it again for a year.
I've thought about doing it again, but like it was not fun.
Just so we can see how much less time we have now.
Yeah, of course. But like this writing for years, obviously, it's been very constructive. And like to roundabout way get back to my point, like I've been writing every day, but like outside of like doing that, and I've been working on some freelance stuff. Hopefully, like I'll actually start sending stuff out soon, and maybe getting work. But like I haven't been doing anything like that's made me feel good these past couple of weeks, specifically these past couple of weeks. And Yeah, I've also like I haven't had school, right? So I'm taking the semester off. So I'm in a weird place.
You know what'll feel good?
What?
You and me in a hotel room.
Yeah, I mean, like that's gonna be something.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? We won't have to sleep in the same bed.
We won't. We'll actually have to. We'll have our own beds. We'll be able
Yep.
to we'll be able to like T-pose it out. We should invite some people into our rooms though.
Yeah.
Make
Like
it.
girls.
Yeah, like girls. This is it, Nabashin. We found it. This is. It's finally looped back. The Ouroboros has looped around and started eating itself. um. Yeah. So Fire Emblem has been kind of like part of this weird lax week. Most of what I've been doing in that game too has been like grinding up my characters. Winky face, I guess. Sure. I'm not even, I'm not even in it anymore. But yeah, that game is like there's so much game there. Like I'm about 22 hours in total now. I'm on chapter 17, 16, 7, somewhere in that range, maybe 18. There's definitely like a 13 chapters 12 and 13, I think it was, or like when the difficulty like spiked. And luckily you can turn the difficulty down this time. Like this time around, I'm trying to play on hard, because that's kind of like normal difficulty in the kind of original version, the Japanese version. So, and typically that's more akin to what Fire Emblem is balanced for, is like the hard mode. I played Awakening on normal, and that was plenty challenging. Like, I'm not complaining about that. But I'm trying to play on hard. I'm trying to be a little bit more strategic. I've gotten my characters kind of leveled up. I'm doing other stuff. I'm grinding out their kind of supports with each other. Gotten some people married. They've had kids. I've recruited their kids. It's cool. Like, I like a lot of what this game does, and it's just like there's so much game to it. Like, I forgot the whole aspect of Awakening where any like two characters that can get to marriage level will then have a kid that you can then go recruit, and those kids, like in like the second tier down of like all the children of all your characters, they can then get married and stuff. They won't have grandkids, but you can establish those relationships between those, which is cool. Like, there's a lot of character work and there's a lot of cool interactions in that game, and like this is just kind of like one half of the game. And it's cool, like in some of the missions where you're fighting some of the main Norian sides. Norian is the other side from Birthright, like the conquest side. You'll see like NPC enemies that are named and are clearly, oh, these are some of the characters you would get if you played the other version of the game. So it's cool to have more than just completely nameless, faceless characters that you just kill. And they'll say some stuff. There's no way to recruit them, unfortunately, but you get some interactions there. So, yeah, it's weird. Like, I'm not sure where the story is going. It's just, it's kind of like a bummer because, kind of your other family is like, you fucking betrayed us. Like, you were super quick to just kind of jump on the other side and betray the people that raised you and loved you and grew up with you. And I'm like, I feel really bad about it, but like this King Garen dude is kind of an asshole. Like, can we chill for a second here? And there's kind of like some internal strife on their end as well, as like you've kind of convinced some of your previous siblings, but not all of them. So hopefully this doesn't end with me just murdering my other family. Like, I really hope that's not how it happens, but we'll see. It's a really good game. I'm like very, very excited to play Conquest. Because apparently, if I have like one complaint to lodge against Birthright, it plays more like Awakening. You can kind of go around this world map and grind out stuff. But almost all of the win scenarios are rout the enemy, which means kill all enemies. And sometimes they'll play around with that. Like, a couple times it was like get here, and one time it was like kill this boss. And that's how you kind of end it. But, they say when you're like choosing your side that like Conquest has the more varied win scenarios, and Birthright kind of has them. It's a little bit easier. I'm like, well, that's not like a fair exchange. Like, I feel like Birthright should probably have more variance in some of the things you do. But that's overall, in the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty minor complaint for how much fun I'm having with it. So.
Mm-hmm.
It's just disappointing because Awakening had kind of the best of both worlds. So, that's it. I played the one free DLC map, for Birthright, where you meet Crom and Frederick and Lissa from Awakening. It's pretty cute. So, you should play that, Tony.
We'll see.
What have you
I have
been playing?
so much stuff.
Yeah, you said you have a lot. You want to talk about some stuff.
Yeah. But first, I feel like we should talk about this amazing title card that I made for the show this week.
Let me look at this. I have to request permission.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
How do you do? I just added it to my drive and then put it in here. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, by default, it is like hidden.
Oh, I assumed that by doing that, everyone would just be able to see it. Let me make it public.
Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, right?
How do I do that? What the fuck?
In the top right corner, there will be like a share button.
Nope, there's an I. Oh, here we go, sharing.
Yeah, there you go. You got there. You'll figure it out.
Okay.
We talked about that article you wrote.
Yeah.
And
I wrote an article.
Nobshin said he was so proud of you.
Aw. There. USP equals sharing.
I hate you.
We're using it. I don't care.
I actively dislike you right now. Why are you just trying to get a rise every time? Like, let me watch something that I really enjoy. I love Sword Art Online. Tony's like, well, time to fucking ruin Alex's good time. It's fine. I have no care. It's a related.
I'm gonna tweet it
to Sword Art Online. Follow Tony on Twitter for the full second screen experience of this podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tony, you wrote an article for IrrationalPassions.com.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, please. I'm sorry. I forgot how important this is.
It is.
And clearly there's going to be a real sassy comment that goes along with it.
Yeah. I had to put a dot at the beginning so that people can see it.
Yeah.
I learned stuff about Twitter.
Yeah, at least you know how to use Tony.
Oh, shit. All right. People want to see this.
Cameron, who's watching, tweeted begging for Tony to share this. Like,
I'm at -10. Let me unmention someone.
Yeah, I mean, heaven forbid you mentioned Justin Graffius in this.
Oh, I did.
I know you did. I hate. Sometimes I love this show. Most of the time, it's just a goddamn train wreck. Well, you wrote an article for Rational Passion.
I did. I wrote about this awesome game that I've been playing for the past 6 days.
Yeah, Greg Way.
Yeah. It's called Stardew Valley. It's basically a farming sim.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Harvest Moon cross Terraria cross Animal Crossing
cross
and
Tekken.
It's cross Tekken cross Street Fighter. And it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Wow. Once they figured that shit out, it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, right?
Too.
You can make sandwiches with that shit instead of just like one massive sandwich between 2 whole loaves.
2 whole loaves of bread.
Yeah, dude. That game is great. So the way that my week happened was we did the show last week, and then I played some Street Fighter. And you got that hot white Master Race PS4 controller.
I can't just like move a fucking controller off the couch without it being like a. Listening back to last week's show, I'm just so sorry, Nabashin.
Right.
Anytime Tony is in a room with me, he's just like, well, I can't focus on anything.
Never.
You just got to jump around. So Stardew Valley.
So, well, no, I'm not even there yet.
Oh.
So after the show last week, I went and played some Street Fighter. I believe last week on the show when I was talking, I was on a win streak of +7. Since then, I've played 2 whole ranked games of Street Fighter, and I won both of them. So now I'm on a +9 win streak. I put a video on my Twitter of one of the matches that I played because there was some lag issues that happened.
I watched that.
It was the game that would have been my promotion or not. And man, I've watched that video back and one, I noticed how much I absolutely I am trash, first of all. And second, Like there's a lot of like times in when it starts getting noticeably shitty with lag, like that. Like I'm like, all right, well, this is ridiculous because I see me thinking through how I'm fighting this person, and things are just not happening at the right time because I'm not used to it being like lagged out and stuff. So since then, I kind of took a break from Street Fighter for a day, like because I just like I didn't want to. I was just kind of done after that. I was like, all right, got a promotion. I'm good. I'm gonna take a minute. And then I was gonna get back into Street Fighter, and then I decided to purchase this Stardew Valley game, and well, the rest of my week is gone, and so let's take a look. 56 hours of my life.
Jesus.
You
were what, like 30 hours in when you wrote that article?
Yeah, I wrote the article about 30 hours in, and then a couple days since then. I've been playing a lot of this game. It's like, I don't want to just like repeat everything that I said in the article, but it's a really good way to kind of just like do your own thing for a while, and that's kind of always been what the Harvest Moon series is about. And this game obviously ties a lot into Harvest Moon itself. It's been a trip, and like I've had a great time just doing whatever the fuck I wanted. I think I don't know, it's been awesome, and I just want more people to experience this game. So I'm like trying to get Scott to buy it, but Scott will never buy anything. So
yeah, getting Scott to spend money is like, I mean, that, and he's looking at maybe getting a PS4 soon. So
exactly.
Like he's not gonna spend money on this fucking game.
Yeah. So
you should send a link to that to Mark, because his wife would probably dig that game.
His wife.
Here's the wife.
I'm sorry, I can't, like, I don't have a legitimate excuse to say my wife, so
right.
You know, I say it a lot in my day.
Well, that's because you're not married, Alex.
I know. Mark Kisley just tweeted at me saying, "What is that game called?" So.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
Yeah, I know.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Game is fantastic. Every single person who listens to this show, if you respect me at all, should play this game because I think you will love it.
You're out of the tall order.
I don't care. Nabashin would love the shit out of this game. I already know that. Like, Nabashin doesn't want to play any games right now. He would play it. And he would like that game.
It's Steam, right?
I would bet any amount of pizzas on the fact that Nabashin would genuinely enjoy that game.
Okay.
Right now.
It's a lot of pizza. I've made pizza bets before, and I've had to pay my dues.
That's right.
So, I mean, I don't know. It looked cool. Like, you know, we talked a little bit about it while I was like going through and editing the article, and you know, like it sounds cool. Like it seems like there's kind of like no pressure. You know, kind of do your own thing.
It is super chill.
Yeah.
You set your own like importance on things, and that drives you like getting through the day. Because I haven't like timed it or whatever, but I think it's like 1 minute equals 1 hour or something, maybe a little bit longer than 1 minute equals 1 hour. But you only have so much time, and like you can only really go until like 2 a.m, and you're gonna pass out or whatever.
Yeah.
So
It's cool. Like
the amount of shit that you want to get done really determines what you end up doing in your day to day in that game, and
Your day-to-day.
yeah, I know,
Oh,
and
no, it's valid.
yep. It's pretty neat. You can do lots of cool stuff. So,
yeah, I like it. Looks cool. How much is it?
$15 on Steam, or GOG or Humble. I bought it through Humble.
Okay, cool. Anything else you've been playing outside of Stardew
Nope.
Valley? That's it. It's been dominating your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should go check that out on IrrationalPod.com. Are you
My
still gonna...
3DS died and I forgot to plug it in. So
Great, nailed it.
yeah, I know. Sorry, Fire Emblem.
GG. Are you still gonna write that piece about why Hyperdimension didn't do it for you?
So instead of writing that, I wrote the Stardew one.
Okay. So I want to read that. I want to know
Right.
as well. So.
Well, like it's the same. I think that like a lot of the reasons why Stardew was the game is there a lot of the reasons why Mega Dimension was not.
Uh-huh.
So I could. I mean, I'll give it I'll give it some thought and see if something sticks. But
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I think that's all the video games. We actually filled an hour with that. Too.
What did you guys do before I showed up? Just video games?
We did like an hour of bonus content.
Okay.
Navish and I had some real talk.
What about Scott?
Scott was here just for bonus content. He had to go a little bit earlier than he planned.
Okay.
Because somebody gave him a call, rushed him along.
Ooh.
So he talked
Scott's
about
getting calls.
he speaking of which, because we didn't mention it yet, Scott, like I said, was here for the bonus content. He talked about his video games in that. It was mostly just wanted to talk about a specific Binding of Isaac run that he had.
Oh yeah, that's what he wanted to talk about.
That was very hypnotizing.
He told me that he wanted to talk about that.
He had like a very interesting run like that. He himself was pretty amazed by. So.
Yeah, I was in like communication with him.
Yeah,
at the time,
it was cool. Like, definitely kind of brought the.
I'm getting a lot of positive response to this title card. Looks like we're gonna have to use it.
Well. Anyway, we gotta take a break. We'll take a break. We got actually a good amount of news that I want to talk about. I don't know if you guys want to talk about any of it, but I want to talk about some of it. Yeah. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about news, and we actually have a pretty full mail sack to go through. So,
Are you serious?
we got a couple of voicemails and an email, so that's pretty good.
Couple of voicemails.
Yeah, 2 voicemails, one of which I listened to half of, and I think you guys will dig. So, we will be back in just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Choo choo choo.
Choo choo ka-choo.
You missed
What
my
a
intro,
Kodak
Tony.
moment.
What's up?
You missed my intro.
Could you repeat yourself for me?
No, I can't.
All
No,
right,
you know
I'll
this
listen to
works.
it. It's all right. So I've been staring at this Marie figure on Amazon for like the past since Navishin said something. I like had my mouse over the buy now with one click button like at least 12 times.
Send the link, bro.
Shut up, Alex.
Sega percent. That's a pretty good deal.
That's a good figure.
I
Yeah,
know.
It looks cool.
How big is that?
4 inches long by 3 inches wide by 6.7 inches height.
Half a foot tall. That's not bad.
Oh.
That's a little. It's smaller than I think it should be, but that's not bad.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
It's also not a like $120 figure like most of them are.
Oh, there's a Chie and a Yasugami. Or not a Yasugami.
There's a bunch of them. I think there's one of each because they're all from the Persona 4 animation.
in the.
There's a
From
Nanako
School.
one too.
Cool.
Let me just link this one for Alex to like look at and be like, "Oh." Paste. Let me paste this as plain text real quick.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, she's got a June S TV.
I know.
Oh, we're messes.
Shut up now.
We are hot messes. It's not funny, Justin. If he's listening,
It's so funny.
this isn't fucking funny.
It's the funniest shit.
These are my feelings. I was so close to actually blocking all 3 of you. I was like, oh, just for like an hour. Just block them for an hour, and then I can just live in a vacuum.
Yeah, you know you can't actually block me though. It's all right.
I could.
Nah, you'd see me in your life. It's okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'd still have to fucking look at you.
Yeah.
But
We just make awkward eye contact, and then I'd be like, "I know what you did."
I heard what you said. All right, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, same here. I'll be back.
Uh-huh. What is happening in 2 weeks? Probably something obvious.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I know. What is happening in 2 weeks?
Justin's coming over to record our Let's Play.
Oh,
Hopefully, we'll be able to finish it all in that
so
weekend.
you're saying in 2 weeks I'm gonna hang out with you
Well.
guys?
Justin will be here. We're also recording Mupp.
Yep.
The weekend that he's coming up, so it's gonna be a busy weekend. A lot of anal.
Oh.
Oh shit! Okay, I didn't know that was the kind of party we're having.
Yo, if you look at that picture of my farm in the article that I put on our site,
Yeah,
fuck those animals. I got rid of them today. Fuck them.
you killed them and ate
I
them.
sold them all.
Oh, for bitcoins. Like,
So I didn't ever want to have animals. Like my idea for what I was going with was that it would just be like basically a vineyard that just makes wine. And,
Vineyard.
A vineyard, yeah. So I had to get animals for one of the progression things that you have to do in the game. You have to get like you need stuff that you can only get by having animals. So I kept animals only long enough to get all the shit that I needed, and I got rid of them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Hashtag fuck them. We all good to go? Any of you watched any of the Game Grumps stream today?
I was at work.
I still have a little bit.
I watched Brian explain to his wife what the D Club was,
Oh God.
which was wonderful.
I saw Brian full spoon feed mayonnaise to one of the guests that showed up on the show.
Oh. Did you watch the Xavier Woods eat mayonnaise?
Oh yeah,
On Colin Gregg. That was like so difficult for me to watch. I
Here
don't know
comes
about
the
you.
drop kick.
Oh, I really wanted to see Dan eat it though.
did
Holy
you see
shit.
his hot pepper game?
Dan's or
No,
Xavier's?
Xavier's.
No, I haven't yet. I saw it. It came up in my YouTube. Then I'm like, I need to save this for a rainy day. 'Cause I bet that is great.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I love Xavier Woods.
Oh, he's really
Michael Martin hung out with him, like went to his house and hung out. I'm like,
Oh no shit.
that's so cool.
Yeah, we have to pick up all the chicks with Justin Graffias. Did you see that?
Take Maryland by storm and pick up all the chicks. You know, women aren't objects that we can just take for
We
our
can
own
technically
gain.
you can take a girl and pick her up.
You can.
Fact. You might get like in trouble, but
I'd definitely get in trouble. Let me get the music ready. I have to fucking re-record this new news and gaming thing also. That turned into a whole nightmare. You guys don't have to worry about.
Did you send the link, Tony?
to
Mark?
let me do that
I
real quick.
tweeted him what the title was.
Yeah, if you does Mark have Steam? I'm sure Mark has Steam.
Yes.
It's in the top. It's just go look for like top sellers, and it's #1.
Okay.
Hot damn.
I think at least it was earlier. Let me see. Top sellers. It's #2 under the division.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you
All
gonna get
right.
an American Truck Simulator?
Me?
Yes, you.
No.
No, you're a truck man. There's no Autobahn in American Truck Simulator. You guys ready?
Yeah.
News in gaming. Let's talk about some news, folks. A lot of stuff happened this week, actually. The one thing I don't have in our doc is
It's
kind
me.
of the...
I'm not in there.
Oh, let me post the link.
I'm eventually gonna have to read titles, so it's important.
Yeah, this is probably important. Well, the one thing I didn't add in our news section of our doc is the Microsoft stuff. Kind of like their whole PC initiative type stuff that they were doing this week. Yeah, I couldn't. I didn't have a lot of time before the show. Well, I did, but I was being lazy. So I didn't find a link for that. I was just listening to the Beastcast to kind of catch up on it. New initiative in Microsoft to kind of brand and get together like Windows 10 PC games and also like their Xbox division stuff. So, but it by no means means that they're abandoning the Xbox. So there wasn't too much to talk about there. It's interesting how much they're pushing like Windows 10 as a gaming platform. Especially considering like Xbox One runs on Windows 10, like just a glorified different version of it. So I don't know. That's a confusing thing that I'm curious to see like where that goes in the next few months. But outside of that, I mean, we got a lot of kind of big announcements. The two big ones are No Man's Sky and then this Nintendo Direct. Which one do you guys want to talk about first? Not all at once, please.
I was just waiting for you to say that.
We can let's talk about No Man's Sky.
Okay.
So there was a No Man's Sky event in which they announced a release date, which is big, I suppose. That's coming out June 21st. It will be coming to retail, which I think was kind of like a generally suspected thing, considering how much Sony was pushing it. And it will be $60.
Yeah.
It will be a full-priced retail product that is still independently developed. So there will also be a special edition that will launch with it. And they're calling it the Explorers Edition.
Hot statues.
Yeah, it'll be $150. Come with a little statue.
Jesus, $150?
$150. Yeah, it'll come with a statue of the little ship that you start with.
Oh, that's cool.
That's only for the PC version, I think. The statue version.
Huh.
It looks like there's only gonna be 10,000 of those. It's got an art book and a bunch of other stuff that comes with it as well. 48-page art book. It looks like a good, like, solid package if you're into that. And of course some fucking bonus in-game DLC and a PS4 dynamic theme.
I'm just happy that it's coming out as a Blu-ray so I can buy the disc.
Oh, so like the art book edition will be $80 limited edition for PS4, and the Explorers edition will be $150 for just PC, and that'll come with a statue. I guess that might come with the DLC as well, but I don't think it comes with the art book. It's just a statue. I guess if you're into that, some people like statues. I don't care. I say this, but if like there's like a Persona 5 edition with a statue, I'll get it. I'll spend $1,000 on it probably. I'd do whatever I need to do. Yeah, some news came out about it, the game in regards to this. Like, there will be alien races that you can communicate with. You're gonna have to decipher their language. But outside of that, they were kind of being as ambiguous as always. They actually have a really good kind of breakdown of it on the Giant Beast cast that released yesterday, March 4th. So I would check that out because Brad Shoemaker went and played it for 30 minutes and kind of got some hands-on with what I assume is much closer to a final release build. I had a question for you two. Which is
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I mean that's the question.
It's like Firewatch.
It's no. I think that's different. I think Firewatch is like an intentional type of thing where where No Man's Sky is something that they've been upfront with to the beginning, but like it's kind of like a thing that no one really paid attention to.
Yeah, no one's listening when they're answering that question.
Like people still think there's multiplayer in that game. It's like not really.
Yeah, but like but now they're still being coy about that concept. They're not like saying directly it doesn't have it, like it's completely empty, and like kind of hearing what they're saying in the preview. Like I think the biggest thing is like they want you to discover what No Man's Sky is, and I understand that's frustrating. Of like, hey, well I'm gonna spend $60 on this game, I'd like to know what it is before I get it. I get it, like I understand that, but there will be reviews when it comes out. You'll be able to read them. But my question to you two, and I'm sad that Scott isn't here because I know he's very interested in No Man's Sky. My question to you two is: No Man's Sky an indie game?
Sure.
Again, not all at once. Sure, you say Navashin. Why do you say that?
This is from the makers of that. Yeah, totally. Like people made Joe Danger, trying something new. Just going out there and putting pretty much everything on the line just for this one thing. I'd say so. I will qualify for that. Sure.
Yeah, Tony.
I would say that it is.
Yeah, I would too. And like I kind of put it out on Twitter. Like I don't know if it's for sure, but like I said, like this is like the first full $60 independently developed game, right? Like I'm under the impression that's true. I could be wrong on that. I mean, you have like The Witness, which was $40. It came out in January. But this is like a big deal. I think just kind of like to use that word that was brought up on the Giant Bombcast at the end of 2015, like triple I, which is
Triple indie.
Yeah, triple I. Like instead of triple A, triple I. Yeah, like it's kind of gross sounding, but it's kind of like that is what this game has become. It is not like indie. It's not like Stardew Valley indie, but it is, big indie.
So Neil tossing shade.
I know. I'm saying like that game was. I imagine that was made by like a small team, kind of like
Is start to finish made by one person.
Yeah, right.
Even the music.
Undertale is another good example of it. Like, one person, like probably zero marketing budget. Undertale was kickstarted, sure, but you're still talking about like one person or a very small group of people, kind of coordinating every aspect of this game, where Sony obviously putting a lot of money into marketing this game, helping promote it, and they're obviously helping publish it on disc. But yeah, someone phased one of our Twitch viewers on Twitter tweeted me after I sent that out saying it's not an indie game. Said that Sony was funding it, which I didn't think was true. I did a little digging. And it's not true. Sony is not funding any of the development costs of No Man's Sky, nor are they actually assisting with development. Just the scope of that team has grown since they started making this game. It was a Guardian interview I dug up, I think from last year, where Sean Murray explicitly said that he refused any kind of funding that Sony would put towards the development, but said that any kind of funds they wanted to throw their way, they could put towards marketing and publishing. So, development-wise, it is totally independent. Cash flow-wise, but what the fuck does that mean anymore? It's interesting. Like, No Man's Sky is an indie game, sure, but it is like I wouldn't, in the traditional sense, it is like kind of like not an indie game, right? But then again, you see stuff like Shovel Knight and Journey and like at retail, and that's a really cool thing that's happening. It's just interesting. Like it's so crazy, kind of like the hubbub that has come up around this game that we kind of very intentionally know very little about. So, are you guys excited for No Man's Sky? I know you're not necessarily, Nabashin. You've kind of, it seems like a thing that you don't think is for you.
Yeah, like we talked about this before. Like it's like it's definitely not a game I would play, and but like I wouldn't mind watching it and like just seeing if it's for me, but it probably isn't. But like it's all about like it's all about seeing it, seeing how other people gravitas to it, I guess you could say, like how people are into it, because like I don't have to be into, like, I don't have to play every game, but like if other people are into it, like I would like to see other people's enjoyment of that thing. So
Tony, are you still interested in No Man's Sky?
Yeah, I'm more interested in No Man's Sky than I am in The Division.
Okay, why you gotta throw all this shit on The Division?
Game's just okay.
You played a beta, right?
Yeah. Beta was just okay.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, I'm very interested, like especially coming off of this preview event, because a lot of people, Sean Murray himself, made direct comparisons to The Long Dark, which is an indie game that actually I really like. You know, having played the early access version of it on Xbox One, like that's a good comparison to have. I think, you know, it's a lot of people are calling it a first-person survival game, which is, you know, interesting. Like that's not what I think a lot of people thought this game would end up being, even though that's kind of what they said the game was from the get-go. But yeah, it's cool. Like I want to believe that this is something I can get really into, and I think there are aspects of it just conceptually I'm really drawn to, but you know, it is one of those wait and see type things. But June 21st, that's not that far away. Actually, it's 3 months out. So, assuming, you know, this summer is pretty empty, that could be like a really, really good summer game. So, seems like a good time to release it. Anything else you guys want to say about No Man's Sky?
No.
All right.
I'm excited to fly around. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like flying around in spaceships.
that game seems cool. Excited to play it.
I can't wait to do the online co-op and
Yeah, man. Can't wait to
blow up
join
planets.
multiplayer lobbies and 6v6 dogfights with me and with my bros.
I like it. It's always like a toss up between loving and hating the two of you. There was a Nintendo Direct on Thursday with a whole bunch of stuff in it. You know, whether you want to judge the quality of that stuff as relatively low or relatively high, that's totally subjective. But, you know, they talked about kind of like a bunch of stuff coming out this year, as well as a bunch of games that they announced. So let's talk about it. We'll kind of go through here and stop me if you want to talk about something. Star Fox Zero has not been delayed. Contrary to popular belief, Star Fox Zero is still coming out April 22nd. There's going to be like
that game.
Yeah, you're definitely on the. You're probably the person that I know that is most excited about that game.
It's interesting seeing that game now because that now looks totally like Star Fox 64.
Yeah,
which I never played, and so
so like, crazy to me that you've not played like a true Star Fox game.
Yeah, I never really played one. Like I've seen someone play all of Star Fox 64 in 30 minutes or whatever, but like you know, like I wouldn't mind giving that shit a try.
Yeah, I love Star Fox so much. Like it is one of those things of, like, you know, it is very much a passion in the moment of while I'm playing it, right? And then I kind of like forget about it, whatever. I mean, Star Fox Adventure, I legitimately love that game. Maybe like one of 5 people that do, and I'm okay with that. I can live with that. And like, you know, even Star Fox Assault, the other GameCube game, which has a lot of touch and go aspects about it, I really enjoy. But yeah, Star Fox 64 is excellent, I think. And you know, there hasn't been a real Star Fox game since Command on the DS. So I'm curious. Like, you know, I'm definitely hesitant, but I'm curious to see like how this game ends up being. It's gonna come with like a pack-in called Star Fox Guard. Also, it is worth noting that Star Fox Zero will be cheaper digitally than it will be at retail by $10, much like Twilight Princess HD was, which is a cool trend. You know?
So with the thing that's coming with it, wouldn't that make it 60?
What, the Star Fox Guard?
Yeah.
I think that still includes Star Fox Guard. I'm not sure. It's saying like, you know, the package version comes with Star Fox Guard. So maybe not. The article that I'm reading of doesn't explicitly say, but they announced Star Fox Guard. Oh yeah, that's gonna be $15 separate. So I guess you actually save $5. Oh, so if you get the digital version of Star Fox Zero, you'll receive $5 discount on Star Fox Guard, so it'll be $60 either way. But that's cool. Like if you just want to get Star Fox Zero, it's $50. Yeah, he set up cameras to defend a mining site that Slippy and his uncle Grippy are doing. Seems like a tower defense esque thing. That's cool. It's free packing with the retail release. Well, I guess not. It's not free. It's $10. They were lying to you the whole time. It's a totally out of left field edition. So there's also going to be like classic Arwing skins for Star Fox Zero, which is cool. They announced a new Paper Mario game, Paper Mario Color Splash. It was rumored kind of back in January that there was going to be a new Paper Mario game. It is coming out this year, and it's coming to the Wii U, so it's like a console Paper Mario game. First one since Super Paper Mario. You go to Prism Island. Mario's got a paint hammer, and he's returning color to this now colorless place. So, unfortunately, and I wrote a little thing on my blog about it, it seems to take after Sticker Star more so than it does like Thousand Year Door. It's too early to say, especially like with a very like a 1 minute kind of supercut that doesn't really say much about what that game really is.
Which is Super Mario Sunshine too.
That's the dark twist. It starts with a cutscene that's Bowser talking in a bathtub, and then they all turn into paper. But I mean, like, it looks gorgeous. Like, first HD Paper Mario game. That counts for something, I guess. But I'm still curious about it. I'm not writing it off completely, but like they're bringing back the card system, or like a kind of similar card system that was in Sticker Star. Sticker Star had like all your abilities were tied to these stickers, as opposed to like you just have a jump and you just have a hammer, and then you can augment those with badges. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. We'll have to wait and see. It's coming later this year.
Did you write a whole article saying how you not feel?
I wrote saying like, hey, these indicators of like, hey, you're going to use cards to attack or use special attacks. I didn't necessarily say you need cards to attack. And like, there's also a world map, kind of, so like everything's kind of separated again, like Sticker Star was, which kind of sucked about that game. And like those are bad things, and all they had to do was just make another Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Like they could have just made that game with different names and different like names of locations, and I would have been happy. They've gotten so far away from what made that game really cool. So I don't know. We'll see. Again, I'm not writing it off completely yet. But
I never knew Paper Mario was supposed to be like the two to Super Mario RPG.
Yes,
I just found out recently.
Yeah, they Did You Know Gaming actually did
Yeah.
a thing about it that I watched this week because I was in a Paper Mario mood. But yeah, Paper Mario's original title was Super Mario RPG 2. So
That almost makes you want to play Paper Mario.
you should play Paper Mario. I think if you like Mario RPG, Paper Mario feels like a very natural progression from that, the first one. And if you like that, you will just be blown away by Thousand Year Door.
The only Paper Mario game I played was Super Paper Mario.
That game's all right. I really like it.
Yeah, I liked it. I never beat it though.
Yeah,
but it was it was different from the other games, but like it's still a good game. But it's like,
yeah. That game is totally fun. Like, it's a little wordy. I
thought that's what those games were though.
So like it is, but like Super Paper Mario is like an action game that you kind of blow through, right? Gameplay wise, you can go through it real quick. You shouldn't. I think you should take your time with it because there's a lot of secrets in that game. But like the spaces between gameplay and like dialogue are a lot thicker. Like you'll have like 5 minutes of gameplay and then like a 10-minute like novel to kind of go through. Whereas it just felt a little bit more evenly paced in Thousand Year Door and the first Paper Mario. So, like Super Paper Mario is maybe like 30 minutes before you actually get to playing the game. Whereas Thousand Year Door kind of throws you into it. Within the first 5 minutes, you're in the tutorial fight. So it's it's just different kinds of pacing. It's better. It's very back heavy. Super Mario is. But speaking of Mario, Super Mario Maker is getting a big update. Apparently, over 6.2 million courses are out there. The new update's coming out March 9th. It'll add a super expert mode to the 100 Mario Challenge.
Sounds like they need more levels.
Yeah, right. They should talk to those Little Big Planet guys about more levels.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more costumes, which is cool. 12 new mystery mushroom costumes. But the big thing they're adding is you can shake the P switch to turn it into a key, and you can make enemies hold keys. So you have to beat bosses in order to progress through certain parts of a level, which is cool. You can make pink coins, which will make a key appear, kind of like red coins in the previous one, but without a timer on them. And you make skewers from Super Mario World, which is cool. Those are all actually really cool additions. I imagine with keys you can also make secret exits, which is finally what people have been asking for. So, Splatoon is getting an update. Balances the gear and improves some of the lesser used items. It's making matchmaking better and stuff like that. And then what's the other update? It's coming in April. Adjust some existing weapons and then set recommendations for Sheldon's picks. So recommended stuff. Most importantly, on the Wii U side though, Tokyo Mirage Session Pound FE. Sharp. Excuse me. Sharp FE is finally coming to the West, which is Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem as the original title. So RPG looks very on the kind of Persona Shin Megami Tensei-esque aspect of the gameplay. It's being developed by Atlas too, so it's kind of full on there. It takes place in modern day Tokyo. Fashion, style, music, and combat. So it looks real good. I'm real excited about it. I'm sad that there's not going to be English voice acting in it, but I'm only sad about that because when they announced it, they're like, because it takes place in Japan, we're even keeping we're just doing English subtitles. I'm like, that's not why. But obviously that makes it faster and more affordable for them to bring it over here. So I'm still excited to play it. That's coming out in June too, June 24th.
Yeah, so. I had no idea that game was already out in Japan. That came out in December.
Yeah, December with and I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, oh, that's weird.
I'm sure there are people that have said if that game is good or not out there. So I should probably look those up. Lost Reavers, which is a free to play co-op game. It's coming out April 14th. An open beta version is coming out April 14th. The full free to play version is coming April 28th. What the fuck does that even mean? On the 3DS end, there's going to be a new Kirby game, Planet Robobot, which is getting its own set of amiibos, which is pretty cool. It just looks like a Kirby game, but you get power armor as well. So if you're into that, that looks fun. Comes out in June though. A lot of this stuff, they're like, hey, here's release dates for this. Metroid Prime Federation Force, they tried to defend.
Woo, and failed miserably.
Yeah, unsuccessfully. Watching that,
man.
Watching them say try and lie straight face of this was totally a Metroid game from the beginning and not something we reskinned to be a Metroid game. It just, I understand that they're saying hey, we want
to do something different, man.
We want to do here's the thing. If they were legit gonna tell a story about four named character Metroid Federation soldiers, right, that go on mission a mission that goes wrong together, I'd be into that. But no, and they share the gameplay. It's fucking Brad and Clint fucking, it's like your stupid friends and their stupid names playing this stupid game together. It's like, no, there's not gonna be a story in this game. There's not gonna be like any character in it. It's just gonna be you and your dumb friends, and like that, like it's not a story. Like, I can totally see like a group of like a squad of 4 people, like, and like them each being their own character, and like there being development there, and it goes somewhere, even through like the whole chibi cute style of it, but like by making all your characters like player characters, and they're all just like your friends, and you're playing with your friends, and you'll make your own story. Like that is not how you make a story. You can't just put those mechanics out there and assume people will make their own stories.
Yeah, Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny. Because half the people won't. They'll either play by themselves, or they'll just play with their stupid dick friends or randos online. And it'll never fill that void. Sure, some people will have their own stories, and that'll be great, but I don't know, like you can do 4-player co-op and have each player play a named character and have it still be good. Like Gears of War did it years ago. So I don't know, like if they really wanted to go for it, they could, but they're not, and it's just sad. But anyway, there's a silver lining here. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix is coming to the 3DS.
Yeah.
Which I wish Scott was here to talk about. Like, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Nabashin is losing his mind, probably, because it's got, like all of the original Rhythm Heaven games in it?
Yeah, it has the Rhythm Heaven Tengoku that only came out on GBA. It has the
in Japan,
the
like
DS
never came to
one.
North America.
Yeah, that one never came to North America. But like they have the DS one and the Wii one, plus a few new ones. So it's like
And they have the important one, which is like the Pose for the Fans one. So like all set.
Wubba true.
It's true.
It's true. It looks really good. Like that's a really cool game. I'm glad they're making another one. So
That
and
game's great.
and for Tony, the silver lining, Monster Hunter Generations
Yeah.
is coming to the 3DS this summer. Again, another just like right around
Alex,
the
you
corner.
gonna play?
Probably not, dude. I gotta get knee deep into Final Fantasy Explorers, my Monster Hunter Lite game, before I could
Yeah, for sure.
commit to Generations.
Did you guys drop that game? It's been like
no.
almost 2 weeks.
I haven't played it just because I've been playing Fire Emblem, but that's
I
something
haven't played it this week specifically because I'm playing one game this whole week, but
that's something I can definitely go back to. So I'm not too worried about like not being able to play that. So, especially since it's so like easy to pick up. But yeah, the new Monster Hunter is called Monster Hunter Cross, I think, in Japan.
Yes.
But yeah, that's coming. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is $20 on the eShop. I think that's done by now. So that's there was like a discount for that temporarily. But that's coming out this summer. Hyrule Warriors Legends is like getting like if you get that on 3DS, you can also get those new characters on Wii U, on the Wii U version, which is cool, I guess. Does that sound right, Nabashin?
I mean, yeah, but I don't want to buy that game to get those characters. If they had it out for me to buy them, I would totally buy them, but I don't want to buy that game just to get those characters.
Yep. They talked about Bravely Second a little bit. It was very weird to see like Best Buy Gamers Club Unlock get a name drop in Nintendo Direct. I don't know how you felt about that, but basically, Gamer Club Unlock members got a early copy of the demo of Bravely Second, of which Nabashin already sent his to Scott, and I assume he's already downloaded it. So, but that demo will be available to everyone on the 10th of March. So
You get yours?
I did. I might give it another shot. Like, I want to see if Bravely Second is any better as well. So
Apparently, it's not.
okay, if it's just that game again, like
I mean, I don't know if it's that game again, but like, apparently, it's not as good from according to IGN at least. So
okay,
who knows?
I'm not sure. Comes out April 15th. I think it comes out earlier than that in Europe. It might already be out in Europe. Dragon Quest 7. They talked a little bit more about Fire Emblem Fates Revelations. You know, they just kind of reiterated that's going to be out March 10th. On the new Nintendo 3DS front, and this is stupid. Like, we could all agree this is stupid. Super Nintendo games are coming to the 3DS Virtual Console, but they will only be coming to the new Nintendo 3DS and the new Nintendo 3DS XL.
Yeah, better buy the new.
So that available right now: Super Mario World, F-Zero, and Pilot Wings, and then Donkey Kong Country, Mario Kart, Earthbound, and Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and Donkey Kong Country 2 will be coming soon. I hate this. I'm so frustrated by this. There's no reason why those games cannot function on a regular ass Nintendo 3DS. Is there? Can you name a reason?
Mode 7?
I don't. Yeah, it's Mode 7. We finally found it. That's what the new Nintendo 3DS has over the regular 3DS is the Mode 7 processor. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, GBA games are less powerful in the Super Nintendo game.
I guess. I mean, because, like, I still have those GBA games from being a fucking... I don't even know what they call it, like a loyal customer.
Ambassador.
Ambassador. That's right, the Ambassador program. I'm a 3DS ambassador, which makes me feel like a fucking diplomat.
You are a diplomat.
You can play them in perfect pixel mode, which displays the games at their original resolution. I don't know if that's a good thing either.
Yeah, it looks shitty on TVs. You know that.
Okay, I don't know. I guess I'd have to see them side by side on a 3DS screen. But yeah, sure. I guess like I mean, this like you said on Twitter, like this will be the exclusive games to new Nintendo 3DS. This will be the list going forward. It's just Super Nintendo games.
I mean, but it's still cool though. I would love.
Yeah, no, it's great. Like I've actually been really kind of wanting to play Earthbound. After kind of seeing what's so special about games like that through Undertale, like I'd be like, you know, it might be time to actually give Earthbound a shot. So I mean, I can play that on Wii U. I'm not too worried about it, but it'd be really cool to be able to play that on a portable. I feel like that would fit it really well. Just like I thought Undertale would do really well on Vita. Like I feel like that would be a great platform to play that on. Same thing for Earthbound on 3DS. So I don't know. It's just a bummer. You know, I don't want to have to spend $200 to play Super Nintendo games. But again, there's outside of this, like all these games you can play on Wii U. There's still no reason to necessarily buy a Nintendo 3DS, new Nintendo 3DS. But
so
you've been thinking about it.
No, I mean, like, yeah, sure, but like, besides that, so you do know there's no discount getting those games, right?
Yeah.
Or I should say, they're not like a free thing.
No.
If you already own those games.
Yep.
Which is to be expected. So, like, this is exactly what I was saying about the NX. It's like,
yeah,
it's just like people are having way too high expectations for that. As far as like, oh, they're gonna get it this time. Like, no, they're fucking not. They're good. They're just gonna be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, they'll shoot for the stars. Like, aim for the ground a little bit, and like, and see what they can go to from there. It's like I'm just putting people's expectations or.
Yeah, I mean, like. That's why I think, you know, and when we had that talk back in January of like the reason like Virtual Console would work on the NX is assuming like it is just a thing that either plugs into like a console port and then outside of that is just a handheld, right? Like assuming that they're actually just physically the same console, you know, it would be like a way to circumvent that. Well, why is there no cross-buy? Well, there doesn't have to be cross-buy because they're the same system, right? That kind of conversation of like you buy one, you get it on both because they're both the same piece of hardware. That's why, like, I think, you know, that could be their kind of workaround to still not getting it, but appeasing the customers, kind of like justified expectation. Like, you know, the competition has got this figured out. You know, you can fucking buy it, you can pre-order Quantum Break on Xbox One and get it on PC as well, right? Like even Microsoft is kind of going in with this PC program on cross-buy. I put in quotes. So I don't know. It's just you're right. They don't get it yet. They probably never will, unless something major shifts happen. So, and hell, they've had a major shift, and it still seems like this is same old, same old. In other 3DS eShop news, Azure Striker is going to be Gunvolt 2. That game looked cool. I've never played it. I don't know if you have an option.
No,
but,
I haven't.
it's discounted right now. I was thinking about picking it up. And that's all that matters. It's gonna be an Isabelle amiibo figure. No, I'm
gonna
gonna
get
get
that.
it. So
I'm gonna get that.
yep. So that's the reason I brought it up. So
I like Isabelle. Fuck off.
hey man, she's like the only good Animal Crossing character. I can't. Well, KK Slider is cool.
Literally the only good.
What, you got a problem with Nook?
Dude, don't even fucking start. Don't
I'm
bring
starting.
this Nook shit into this house. The PSP store front is shutting down forever.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, well, oh well.
GG PSP.
You're-
R.I.P.
How old is a PSP?
Man,
A
what,
lot.
it launched in
It's very
2004.
old.
12 years old.
Yeah, that's all right. After 12 years, I think it's okay.
You can still get your digital stuff from the store. From
Yep.
the website, I should say. So
Yeah,
you're
you can
fine.
buy it. Buy games that you do not have from the PSP storefront, store.playstation.com. Still get them. And then just download them on the PSP.
Did anyone do anything with a PSP other than just put pirated games on it anyway?
That's a very valid question. I don't think so.
Exactly.
I played games on it. I played music on it. I did a lot of stuff on my PC.
Hey, man,
I-
we all played that fucking Crisis Core game.
I played Final Fantasy Crisis Core and watched Step Brothers on my Vita.
That's
it.
on your Vita.
Excuse me, my PSP.
Also might be.
Also my Vita.
I'll say your Vita though. I got because I got the PSP on the day it came out for no good reason, and I watched that Spider-Man UMD way more times than I should have. So
You
Yeah.
can watch the Spooder Man.
Universal Media Discs, dog. Never forget.
Yeah, dude.
Also, Sega put out a quote saying like, "Hey, we want you to help us make our games better." And they put out a survey about Sonic the Hedgehog.
They said, we need help. We don't want him to make
Asking,
another
like-
Sonic Boom.
Guys, we tried. We tried 6 different ways. How do we make a good Sonic video game? We're just gonna ask you at this point, which I thought was funny. I saw that earlier this week. I thought it was worth bringing up.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, you didn't hear about this?
No.
Yeah.
You gotta take the survey.
In-depth survey.
Because the Sonic community don't know what the fuck they want as far as the Sonic.
It's
game.
so true. God knows. They want to know your top 3 games across all platforms, your favorite genres, your favorite Sega games, and what Sonic games you think are good Sonic games.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, right. Quote unquote Sega in the
Let's do. Is that survey still up?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's do a live doing that right now.
Let's
You
take
just-
this survey right now.
Yeah.
All right. What's your age? We're doing it. I got it up.
All right.
What's your age? 22. I'm a 22-year-old man. We're gonna go
Aw,
with me.
so cute and young.
I know. Heaven forbid, Tony. I'd be 23 in 3 weeks. We got to live with that.
The next page is going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you for your participation. We'd like to learn more about our players. So, which of the following game consoles have you ever owned?
Have you ever owned?
I like how it says. This is obvious. This is an American survey. NES/Famicom. I'm gonna have to check all of these, aren't I? Technically, I never owned a Game Boy Pocket. I don't know why that's on this list. What
I
is
had one.
Is an SG-1000?
SG-1000.
Yeah. I never had a Sega Saturn or a Dreamcast.
I had a Dreamcast.
I had Dreamcast.
We had that neighbor who had the Dreamcast, And anytime we needed to play Crazy Taxi, you would just bring it over. I didn't technically own an original Xbox. Like, what the fuck? So, Sega Saturn's on this list. Atari 7800, no 2600 or 5200 on there. I'll have you know.
Oh,
Bullshit. Atari Jaguar's on this. Commodore 64, Amiga, Neo Geo. Like, what? Third-party retro console remake, e.g., Retrobit, Superboy, etc. I guess there's also a none of the above. Of these devices, which was pretty much all of them, please select those you have played games on in the last 90 days. Is it weird if I check the PlayStation 2? I'll say Wii U, because I guess technically, I played Wii games. 3DS. Yeah, my Sega Genesis / Mega Drive. Whoops. And let me see. I guess we're very much tailoring this to our experience. iPhone. I played some Notice Me Senpai. For any platform, what are your top 3 favorite games you are currently playing? Now let's do one from each of us.
Currently playing?
Currently playing. So
Mass Effect.
I'll say Fire Emblem Fates. We'll say Mass Effect 1. I'll put 1 in there.
I kind of want to say Street Fighter 5 just so they feel pressure to make a Sonic fighting game.
Okay, we're gonna do that then.
They made one.
Or they can make a Sonic farming simulator.
They made one.
Which of the following
Shout out.
genres do you typically play on console and or PC? Please choose your top 3. We've got action, adventure, open world, shooter, fighting, Minecraft / world builder.
Minecraft is a genre now.
Apparently, MMORPGs, music / dance games, party games, e.g. Mario Party, TV Party, Rabbids.
Oh shit,
Party
Mario
Land.
Party?
Fucking Christ. Platform games, racing / driving games, role-playing games, simulation games, sports games, other / write-in, or none of the above.
I hate all of them.
So I'll check role-playing games. Well, we can do action adventure games. I think that sums us up.
Sure.
And then we'll do fighting games because we got to pressure them into making this Sonic fighting game. What Sega games are your favorite? Would it be weird to write Persona 4 on here? List all the specific games that are applicable. I'll write Sonic 2.
Sure.
Okay, so I know you love Sonic 2, Nobshin. I'm trying to think like what classics.
Valkyria Chronicles?
Valkyria Chronicles is actually really good.
pick. Bayonetta.
Bayonet. Sorry.
Project Diva F second.
No.
Sonic Boom.
No. Although I did enjoy watching the Game Grumps play that game.
I did very much enjoy
It's
it.
snowing on Mount Fuji.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
I was gonna write that Sonic Adventure.
Here comes the drop kick.
Here comes.
Shut the fuck up.
Sonic 2, Valkyria Chronicles, Bayonetta, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I feel like this is both a very depressing list at the beginning and end, but a really good list. No, Sonic 2 is fine. Also, I'm just gonna write Persona 4 Golden, even though that was the pre-Sega era. Oh God. Please select all the Sega games or game series you remember playing from the list below. That you remember playing. This is a pretty good list, though. I just saw Super Monkey Ball, and I had some flashbacks. Okay. Afterburner. Any of us play Afterburner?
Yes.
Okay. Alex Kidd.
No.
Whew. No, I'm just Altered Beast. I'm gonna check that for Scott.
Ugh. No.
Baku Animal.
Nope.
No.
What the shit is that? Border Break?
No.
Fuck yeah, Choo Choo Rocket. Tell you what. Columns?
I played it on that Sega Genesis collection. So
Okay.
Sure.
Company of Heroes.
No.
Crazy Taxi. I'll check that one. Derby Owners Club.
Nope.
Echo the Dolphin. Hey,
I've never played Echo the Dolphin.
I've played Echo the Dolphin. It's okay. Eternal Champions.
No.
Fatal Labyrinth.
Nope.
Football Manager.
Uh-uh.
Golden Axe. Hey. Hang On
Sure.
slash Super Hang On.
No.
No, yeah, a lot of these I don't recognize at all. House of the Dead, absolutely.
Yes.
Jet Set Radio, absolutely. Kid Chameleon, fuck yeah.
Yep.
Knights,
Sure.
Outrun, Panzer Dragoon, hey, Phantasy Star, Puyo Puyo, I'll check that for you, Tony. Samba de Amigo, huh?
I've never played this.
I've never actually played Samba de Amigo. Seaman, Sega Bass Fishing, the saddest.
Sega Bass Fishing is the shit.
Is it? Oh yeah, because the Dreamcast thing, right? With
Yep.
the fucking fish controller.
Yeah,
I
dude,
always
you get a
saw
fish
that.
controller, fish remote.
The fishing rod. I always saw that in Target. I'd be like, I want to know. Like, I want to know.
I want to be that fisherman.
Sega Rally Championship.
Nope.
Sega Superstars / All Stars Racing. That's good.
Yep. That's a really good game.
Shenmue. None of us have
No.
actually played Shenmue, so.
Nope.
Although
I
I
should.
bet I would like Shenmue a lot. Shinobi.
No.
I've played Skies of Arcadia.
I always wanted to play that. I never did.
It's all right. Sonic the Hedgehog. Space Channel 5? What? Space Harrier, Streets of Rage. Absolutely. I didn't know that was Sega. Super Monkey Ball. Fuck yeah. Sword of Vermilion?
Nope.
The House of the Dead. Excuse me. Toe Jam and Earl.
Yep.
Total War.
Mondo.
Never played Total War.
No.
I know Scott has, though. Virtua Cop? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Arcades, yes.
Okay, yeah. Virtua Fighter?
No. Not
Virtua
exactly.
Virtua Tennis?
Yes. 3
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, Virtua Tennis was alright. Virtual On. I don't know what Virtual On is.
Virtua Davis.
World Club Championship Football.
No.
And last but assuredly not least, Yakuza, of course.
Yes. 100.
Please select, if any, which games or series you loved.
You should just pick Puyo Puyo and hit next.
I should just pick Altered Beast and hit next. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna do. I'll do Phantasy Star for Scott. 'Cause I know he likes Phantasy Star.
I never knew that. about Scott.
Yeah, he does. He actually likes Phantasy Star a lot. I'll do Phantasy Star, Sonic, and Yakuza. I feel like
Sure.
that's fair.
Yep. Bayonetta was on the list?
Bayonetta was not on that list.
Okay.
What did you enjoy the most about the following games? Under Phantasy Star, I'm going to write Scott liked it. I don't know. Under Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm going to write, for some reason, I really loved raising chows. But I'm going to spell it.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. And under Yakuza, what do you want me to
Yeah,
write?
you get to make them fight in a
This,
dojo.
this is a write-in, by the way. These are like text entry.
I just love the world. This has a great atmosphere and it feels very authentic.
I love the world and atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
Semicolon, very authentic. There we go. I like it. Please rate how much you like or dislike Sega. Here are the gradations of it. Hate Sega. Dislike Sega. Somewhat dislike Sega. Neither dislike nor like Sega. Somewhat like Sega. Like Sega. Love Sega. Sega fanatic.
I'm gonna hit. I think we should put somewhat dislike Sega.
Somewhat dislike Sega, I think, is very fair. What 3 adjectives would you use to describe Sega? Persona 4 Golden.
Published Persona game.
Don't fuck up. One word, fuck up. Persona. That's what I'm writing in. Please indicate how much you agree or disagree with the following. We have 100% agree to very much disagree. That's the range. We don't have to go through each of them. Sega currently makes high quality games.
I wish it said currently making.
I'm gonna say somewhat disagree. Sega used to make high quality games.
Can you make a comment of that?
No.
No, this is just kind of a range. It was very much disagree, disagree, somewhat disagree, neutral, somewhat agree, agree, very much agree, 100% agree. So, Sega used to make high quality games.
Well, they're making Valkyria, so Try.
Yeah, I somewhat agree.
They made Sonic Boom though.
Sega is innovative. I'm gonna say disagree. Just kind of like
Yeah, that's
a full disagree. I have fond memories of playing Sega games. I feel like that merits an agree.
What did
Okay.
you do? You only somewhat
Yes.
agree though.
No, that was a full regular level agree. How much time do you spend playing mobile games per week? I'll say
0.
less than 1 hour per week.
Liar.
I mean, total, probably less than 1 hour per week. How many mobile
How many
games?
senpais though?
I mean, like a lot of senpais. How many mobile games are you actively playing? I'm gonna say 1 to 2. That is the lowest
0.
option. Please tell us if you are aware of the following Sega mobile games. Oh, Jesus. Crazy Taxi City Rush.
Dragon Coins.
Dragon Coins. What is Dragon Coins?
Download it right now.
Kingdom Conquest, Hiroki, Football Manager Touch. I guess Sega, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform, Sonic Dash, Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom. Wow. Sonic Jump. Super Monkey Ball Bounce. I have not heard of any of these games. Virtua Tennis, Super Monkey Ball. I did know about the Super Monkey Ball mobile game. Original game ported to mobile. Altered Beast, yeah. Crazy Taxi, I knew about. Golden Axe, I guess. Not Sonic. That's okay. I think that no Streets of Rage. I didn't know about that. Please indicate whether you've played. I did not download or play any of these video games. I like how it's did not download, downloaded, but did not actively play. And then kind of like, how often do you actively search for new mobile game? Never. Please rank the following sources in order of importance when considering whether or not to download a new mobile game.
This is an substantial survey.
This is a very mobile-focused survey. Review from reputable media, brand, editor's choice TV ads on a top app list, player-posted videos, friend recommendation. I think review and editor's choice are going to be the top ones. And I'm going to say top app list after that, then friend recommendation. Then really it just doesn't matter because I never do any of those following things. Oh, Jesus, fuck. This next page. Please indicate how important each reason is for you to play games on mobile devices. A sense of achievement. Not at all important. Having a high score amongst my friends. You know, I'll give that a 4. Which is like a little important, I guess. Feeling satisfied.
Do you actually care about that?
A little. I used to. Like when we were doing the bus thing in Disco Zoo.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dog.
Yo,
Self-improvement.
we need to play that bus thing again.
Yeah, the game was all right. Disco Zoo? Remember that?
Yeah, that game sucked. The bus was good, though.
To relieve stress. I'll put a 3 on there. Sure. Please indicate your agreement with each statement, with 1 being completely agree and 5 being completely disagree. I tend to hear about new mobile games from other people like friends or family. No. Playing a mobile game makes my day better. You know what? I'm going to give that a 4. It's easy to find high-quality games for smartphones and tablets. Nope. In the next 6 months, I see myself spending more time on games on mobile devices. Nope. When I'm at home, I prefer using my tablet or over my phone for mobile games. I don't have a tablet, so...
I do.
I mean, you do, Tony. How do you feel about that?
Well, my phone is basically the same size as my tablet, so I don't fucking care.
My friends tend up playing the games I'm playing. That's true. I'll give it a 3. Indicate which types of games you've played in the mobile in the last 3 months. I guess management sims would count. Life sim. Kim Kardashian in Hollywood is listed as a life sim. Like a very specific reference there. Yeah. None of these really.
What a little bit further than you in this survey, and it is very obvious. Like They want to make mobile Sonic games that are
Yeah.
good.
What are your favorite games that you play on your mobile phone or
All right,
tablet?
we can cut this off now.
Notice Me Senpai. Hold on, I just need to put that in there.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass through the rest of this. Wow, this very much. What is your gender identity? Male, female, or optional? Since we are a podcast, I'll just kind of let. This is the last page. Also,
I am the alligator.
I am the alligator. Cuckoo choo. Where did you initially discover this survey? GameSpot.com. Thanks, bro.
Thanks, Daniel Dwyer. Mary Kish.
Yeah. These are
Eddie.
people that work at GameSpot.
Eddie.
All right. There we
Whoa,
go.
that's so orange.
I like that they said they did a thank you in the Sega font at the end. That's it for news. You guys want to take a peek into the mail sack?
Yes.
After torturing everyone with that, I'll
I
maybe.
thought it'd be. I didn't know it would go
It
so
was
down
going to be
that
like
rabbit hole.
very
Yeah,
extensive.
we didn't know it would go down the mobile rabbit hole. Like we didn't think. We hoped.
Well, now we know a little bit more about what Sega wants.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to put it out there. I don't think that there is a good option to make Sonic a mobile game.
yeah, I mean, like an Infinite Runner is pretty much the only place that goes.
Yeah, and Sonic is not about that.
We
It's
got
about
an
going fucking fast.
Gotta go fast, man. We got an email from our good friend Barrett Courtney. He says, "Hey guys, so I got a 2DS. What game should I get?" Barrett from Buy a Zone of Gamers. I like that is. I've basically ruined Buy a Zone of Gamers single-handedly.
You mean buy a zone of gamers?
Yeah, Buy a Zone of Gamers. That's a good question. If you got a 2DS, you should have bought a new 3DS. Clearly.
Yeah. Whoops. Final Fantasy Explorers.
Yeah, that game's all right.
Monster Hunter.
Hey, Pokemon Yellow. Huh?
Good.
That's a good
Fire
game.
Emblem Fates.
Fire Emblem Fates is really good. I mean, like, obviously, Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds.
Would you pick Fates over Awakening right now?
No, not right now. I mean, if you're into to buy the full $60 Fates/Conquest package, yeah, for sure. Like, you're gonna get way more out of that. But Awakening is kind of like, especially if you've never played a Fire Emblem game before, that's like a really good intro to the series. Where Conquest and Birthright seem
Animal Crossing.
a little less friendly to new players. Yeah, Animal Crossing's really good. I know he's played.
Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth.
Yeah, that game's really good, if not heartbreaking. I know he's played Link Between Worlds, but hey, you should probably play Majora's Mask 3D. That's a really, really great version of that game, even if you can't play it in actual 3D. Also, Nobshin, Final Fantasy Explorers just doesn't have 3D.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing now. I think that's happening with 3DS games. It's kind of like how the Vita, when you play games on the Vita now, like you can't go to your trophies without pretty much turning off the game now. So
Yep.
it's just these things they're underpowered now.
Yep. I mean, I'm glad that people have still found ways to kind of repurpose that power and redirect it, but it is kind of sad. It's just, that's such a weird thing. And like, even in the Pokemon Sun and Moon thing, like, there's like an asterisk that said some parts of this game will be in 3D. But not all of it, so yeah. There's plenty
I
of
might
great.
get a new 3DS.
Yeah, I can tell. You're breaking. Are you gonna get like the regular size one or the big one?
I would get the regular size. I don't need a big one.
Yeah, I like the XL too much at this point.
Yeah, I like the XL as well.
There's no reason for me to get it. There's nothing coming out.
Yeah, there's no reason. Like I still agree with Scott that you should wait off because the NX could just be Nintendo's next handheld. That is still a possibility.
I even said that. I'm just
And it
saying.
has
Yes.
backwards compatibility.
Yeah, so at least wait until E3. Then I feel like you can make a good, educated choice.
Sure.
Yeah, there's plenty of great 3DS games, slash 2DS games, I guess. God, it's still the worst name. So yeah, I would say Smash Brothers. I mean, I know you have it on Wii U, Barrett, but if you wanted to have it on the go. It's good on 3DS. It's not as good, but it's good. I'm looking at my collection. Kid Icarus Uprising is a great game. I genuinely, yeah, yes, it is. I genuinely believe that. But yeah, Majora 3D, Fire Emblem Awakening, or Fates if you want to get into the new stuff.
I'm telling you, dude, buy Monster Hunter. You'll never need another game.
That's clearly not true. And Zelda. Any Zelda, you can't go wrong.
Triforce Heroes?
Triforce Heroes. If you have people to play with us if you wanted to. That's the only email we had.
Yeah, so we can get rid of Alex, because Alex is just trash at that game.
That's not even true. Why you gotta put me down, man?
So I can build you back up later.
That's not
how our abusive relationship works.
That's not actually gonna happen though. We got a couple of voicemails, and this first one comes in from
Okay, that was a weird message.
Justin Graffius.
Before I had to talk here, so I guess I should start with introducing myself.
Hi, Justin.
My name is Justin.
Hi.
You couldn't figure that out by now.
Hi, Justin.
I think
hey
he was
guys,
drunk.
what's
He
up?
sounds drunk.
Just calling in to see.
Hey guys,
how you
this is
doing?
Fluffy.
How you doing?
Oh, it's just fluffy.
Doing good? Good, I figured. But I have actually two questions for you. One to follow up on the 20th anniversary of Pokemon last week.
Okay.
You guys talked about the main games, but we can't forget
I'm doing
about
good, by the way,
the
Justin.
greatness
Thank you for
that
asking.
is the spin-off Pokemon series, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Channel, the best game, let's be honest here. But I was curious what your favorite spin-off Pokemon game was.
Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon
I know, right? Like, there's
Weird
only
for me.
one
I
answer.
played that game for so long, and I actually beat it. Surprisingly, watching TV with Pikachu was quite enjoyable when I was younger. So, but I'm curious what your favorite Pokemon spinoff was. My second question is, on the tail end of the new Nintendo Direct,
Yeah.
we got a trailer for another Paper Mario game.
Killing me.
And let me just say, the excitement for it is still about,
Yeah.
because it looks exactly like Sticker Star, but with some little changes in there that might make it more acceptable to play through. So I was just wondering, because Sticker Star was such an atrocious version of Paper Mario, what
But
game
Justin, you
in a
love
game
everything.
series were you
It's
looking
true.
forward to so much that you got so disappointed in it that you almost didn't even want to play through it ever, but you just kind of kept going because you liked the series? That's all. Hope to see you guys soon and talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye, baby. Pokemon Snap. Next question. This is clearly that's the best spinoff. Although I've heard the Pokemon, the GameCube Stadium game with the RPG
It was alright.
was fine. I had someone tell me that was their favorite Pokemon game.
I'm sorry
What?
for that person.
The game, the Pokemon something GX or something.
That Coliseum game that was on.
Yeah,
the
Coliseum.
Game
Yeah, that had
Boy?
an RPG
Like,
as well
GameCube?
as yeah.
The one game that everybody was like, oh man, Pokemon would be so much better on consoles. We just put it on consoles. And
Yeah, well,
made that
they
game
fucking
on
half-assed
TV.
it. So if they made like a legit Pokemon game on console, I think it would be good. Yeah, Tony, what's your favorite Pokemon spinoff?
Oh gosh.
Hey, you Pikachu.
I was
I'd
gonna
have
say
to-
Hey You Pikachu. I did have the Hey You Pikachu N64. So.
I'd have to look at like a list of all Pokemon spin-offs because I can't remember which ones I've even played.
I liked the puzzle one on the 3DS is actually really good. Pokemon Shuffle. The game's all right. It's fun. I played it on a plane. It's a fun time waster. But yeah, Pokemon Snap. Come on, make another fucking Snap. I don't know, like what. It is not hard.
I played Pokemon Pinball.
Pokemon Pinball was fine.
It was pretty.
I thought Metroid Prime Pinball was more enjoyable.
Pokemon Bank.
It
That's a
wasn't
great
Prime
spin-off.
then.
What?
It wasn't Prime then, was it?
Yeah, it was Metroid Prime Pinball.
Oh.
Because it was the story of Metroid Prime where you like kind of play through all the boss fights in pinball form. So it was kind of cool.
Oh.
Yeah. That game was alright. It was like a fun pinball game and also like independently just kind of like a cool video game.
I got it.
What?
My favorite ever Pokemon spin-off game.
Here we go.
Great
Smash
Detective
Bros.
Pikachu.
Oh, Jesus.
Birth
Yeah.
of a new duo.
We don't even need to play that game to know it's going to be great. Is yours Pokemon Snap, Namshin?
Yeah, I'm the first one who said it.
Super Smash Bros. Is also a very good Pokemon spin-off
Yeah, it's
game.
very true. The game where the mini game in the new Pokemon games where you dress up and go to fashion shows with your Pokemons. So what's a game in a series that you really like that was really bad, but you played through it because you liked the series? This is a tougher question.
Pokemon White.
Really?
I didn't like it, yeah.
I think you're crazy. But...
I also really didn't like Pokemon X and Y. I just stopped.
Maybe you just don't like Pokemon anymore.
I don't know, maybe. We'll find out.
That's okay.
Spend another $40.
Yeah, of course.
After I spent all this money. Is it Infamous Second Son, Nobishin?
Sure.
I feel like that's I'm looking at my shelf just to see if I can get any ideas.
Dragon Age 2.
Okay, that's fair. It's hard because like anytime I'm playing a game, even if it's a series that I really like I will drop it if I don't like it.
Yeah.
I guess
I
like,
did.
oh, go ahead.
I didn't like Lollipop Chainsaw.
Lollipop Chainsaw in the
I did.
Suda 51 series.
Yeah. As far as Suda 51 games, you know, that was like, well, I was like ride or die Suda 51. Like anything he makes, I gotta play. And it's like, nah, that's all right.
Tales of Grace is F. I
We
finished,
haven't- Wait, did you finish that?
I finished that game.
Of course.
Oh, excuse me. I thought you said Tales of Hearts for a second. I was like,
No,
what?
no, no.
What? When did you play that?
I'd have to play that to know if it's good or not.
Yeah, right?
No, Tales of Grace is F. I finished it of obligation. I mean, like, to a lesser extent, Tales of Xillia 2. I think the game has less severe issues.
I like Tales of Grace's F a lot.
I know. Didn't do it for me.
Yes, Tony, we know.
Oh
God.
my god,
Did I
get
say,
out.
Did I say that? Chill. Can I say PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale in the Super Smash Bros. Series?
Yeah, I mean, y'all were hyped on that game for a while.
I like that game still.
That game is bad.
Y'all. Don't be y'all.
Y'all,
Get
don't
out.
you yell at me
Don't
with this.
patronize me.
I'm looking because I feel like
How
this.
am I supposed to support you, Tony?
I know.
I gave you $1 every month.
I know.
What on
Patreon.
Tony's Patreon?
Oh, should I do it, guys?
What the fuck?
Start my own Patreon.
Halo 1. Also, that game does not hold up, let's say. Yeah, I don't know. Dead Space 3 a little bit to a lesser extent, but I like that game. It's not great, but I like it. It's good. Yeah, I feel like there's ones I'm missing, but I don't know. Again, I'll usually drop something if I
Twilight Princess.
I was actually gonna say Skyward Sword, but no, that game's fine. It's not. That's fine.
No.
Stop making
you're precious
excuses.
of it.
It's fine.
Don't make excuses for games.
I mean, it is fine. It'll never be anything more.
Fallout 4.
Oh,
Whoa.
that was Silver PR's voicemail. Let's dive into voicemail number 2.
All right, guys. So hope you are here. Right now out on the road. So if you hear noises, it's because of that. How
If
you
you hear
doing?
me run a biker off the road, I'm Scott.
Not much. A lot of moving preparations for me. Cleaning and painting and taking care of some shit. But I did have a lot of time to play some games. Well, late in the night, but I did. So let's start with games. I did play a little bit of Rocket League like usual. Street Fighter 5 as usual. No friends sparring with me this week.
Yeah,
I
Tony.
guess everybody's afraid of me.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
He's fucking scary.
But I did reach as far as 1600 LP on rank.
Stop
and,
it.
You know,
That's
I'm trying to work my
1100
way
more
to
than me.
2000 because, Jesus Christ, the people online are so good. That's what I like. I like the challenge. Yeah, maybe I get upset from time to time to lose, but maybe because I know that I did a mistake.
Stop rage.
And usually I'm more interested in the people.
Stop what?
I said stop rage quitting. I'm being funny.
Oh yeah. What's the punishment for that now?
So it's like there's some people who are like rage quitting like 80 to 90% of all their games.
Yeah.
And for those people, it's like a very, very steep like league points cut.
Ooh.
So
I guess get dunked on.
yeah,
But that have a lot of tech and they know how to play the characters. So, but yeah. And also I did play some Galaxy. And
Yes.
that game, my friend, is so anime.
It's so anime.
So
Not as anime as Mega
taking
Dimension.
itself not too
That's true.
seriously. I love the game. I love the difficulty and everything. And right now I'm in season 2, so having fun with that one. Also,
Wait till you get
Bro
to season
Force.
3.
This one I have a problem with. I get the whole bro thing. It's not the problem. The problem is that
come on, bro.
sometimes so much shit happen at the same time on screen. I don't know what the fuck I am. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And that's detrimental for me on video games. So I don't know if this was the better choice for people to vote for the March free game. I think Android Assault Cactus was a better game.
I
But that's
voted
just
for
my
it in
opinion,
PR
so,
because you asked us to.
More
so.
power for you, yeah. And that's pretty much about games. Now, I got a couple of themes that I want to talk about, take out something on my chest, so my apologies for the long one.
Say with your chest.
First of all, $60 for No Man's Sky. Okay, guys. Who the hell you to say this game should be 20 or 30 because it's made by an indie developer? You don't know the process, the manpower, all the things that these people went through. Especially if people forget that these people, when they were starting the project, a flood happened and everything
that's
got
right.
fucked up, and thank God the backups were, but still they needed to do stuff from scratch. That was fucked up. And thank God that the project never died, even after that. So, but I don't know. If people are complaining about it, it's the same people that are just gonna buy it the day one, because the people that are complaining, seriously, are the ones that are passionate. So, regardless of what they're
Very
saying
true.
on the internet, you know they're gonna buy it day one. So fuck those people. Also, Street Fighter 5 content, it's coming soon. Next week they're gonna talk about the March update. I'm so seriously, I'm interested in to see how they did with Alex. I hope it's not looks like that douche in the background in the New York stage.
Yeah.
Just
Alex.
saying, but everything
like,
will be
what?
better, right? 8-player lobbies, challenge mode, the store, so you can use that fight money.
Let me know how much
Yeah,
fight
good
money you got,
times.
Silver PR.
And
It's
last but
probably
not
about
least,
200,000.
there's a thing that I want to say about about the FGC, the fighting game community. People that act as jerks to other people when you're fighting side by side, it needs to stop. It looks gross. It doesn't make any favors to the community, and it obviously doesn't look good for people outside looking in. Just look for Filipino Champ versus Cane Blue River Exhibition 1st to 15. You know what I'm talking about. Although the story ended well, because then the guy needed to eat a crow and a big dose of humble pie, because then the exhibition, the bad guy won, but at the grand finals, the good guy won, and everything was all said and done. But still, the jerkery needs to stop. You can't, call out somebody, maybe talk some smack. I'm okay with that. But when you're facing side by side, don't be a stupid jerk. Don't do things that you're looking for a punch in the face. That's all I'm saying. It's just gross, and it needs to stop. Capcom, if you're listening, you need to put an end to this kind of thing. I mean, you're the proponents of trying to grow the FGC and whatnot. This shit needs to stop. Yeah, that's pretty much about me, guys. Sorry for the long one, Alex.
It's okay,
Just needed
bud.
to get some shit out of my chest. I'm working my ass off doing all this moving and whatnot. But everything will be great at the end. So, yeah. So, without further ado, guys, have a fun one. I love y'all. Have a happy Saturday. CLPR signing
Out.
Look for, Silver PR is going to be writing some stuff for IrrationalPassions.com very soon. He's very passionate about the fighting game community, and he's actually very well informed about it as well. So, props to him. I started looking over kind of the piece he sent me, and it seems like really, really good, especially if you're like interested in fighting games and aren't very familiar with the FGC and kind of want to get into it. Seems like a good introduction to it. Speaking like on the No Man's Sky thing, like I think your heart's in the right place, Silver PR. That's like, definitely these people are complaining kind of preemptively. But like even past that, I would say like we don't even know what the scope and scale of that game is. And to me, that always seemed like something that would fit as a $60, like a full retail release product. And if you want to measure it by time or scale or amount of content, I think it would definitely fall into all those categories. Just judging off of what we know about it. I can't say for sure, obviously. But like I would say to those people complaining about it, like past that, like who are you to determine what is $60 and what isn't? So that's just
Listen, I am Tony Horvath, podcast extraordinaire.
Here we go.
I get to decide how much money people should spend on all games.
Oh, okay.
And I've decided $60 for this one.
Okay. The decree has come down.
That's right.
From Lord Podcastino.
That's right. Write it on your stone tablets.
Hear that, Irrational Passionistas? Tony has spoken.
Super hot.
Super hot.
Yep.
I mean, like, complaining about maybe, like, a $25 for super hot, I can see people being frustrated with that, but, like, I don't know.
Just didn't buy it. So
yeah, value in games is such a subjective thing,
The Witness.
The Witness, right? I mean, I definitely got $40 out of that game, even if I never go back to it, because I kind of...
Just, like, it's over now for you?
No, it's not. I don't know if it's over. I don't want to call it yet, but that game really fucked me up. Like, it really broke me on a level I didn't expect it to. So,
Far Cry Primal.
I don't know. I can't speak to Far Cry Primal.
You
Have you
before? You're like, that's a $60 game. I'm like, yeah.
That is a $60 ass game. Have you been playing any of that?
I have not touched that game.
You bought that game.
Oh, I totally bought that game.
If you'd like to be a part of the show, just like Justin and Silver PR were, you can leave us a voicemail at 404-590-1337. Standard long distance fees do apply.
So since I'm in the business of calling out a person each week,
Yeah.
Brant Range, let's go, boy.
Brant, you hear that? Calling you out. It's time to voicemail us up. Barrett told me he would get drunk and send us voicemails also.
He'll have to wait his turn.
Yeah, I guess.
Whenever you want. Send us voicemails whenever you want. I don't care.
And if you'd like to be a part of the show like Barrett did, you can send us an email, mailsack@irrationalpassions.com, MAILSACK @irrationalpassions.com. Follow each of us on Twitter. I'm at AlFighter27. Scott is at WhatTechuz. Nabishin is at NABESHIN186. That's Nabishin186. And Tony's at Tony Horvath. All one word.
I should just change that to be 2 words.
All 2 words. Follow the site on Twitter at IrrationalPod. Some other stuff, rate us on iTunes and Stitcher. Check out VG Evo and the podcast network there. Check out our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/IrrationalPassions. I'm definitely planning on doing some Division stuff, kind of like I did with the beta. We'll see how well that works out. The beta. Go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/IrrationalPassions. Tony and I are recording our first batch of Let's Plays next Thursday.
Is that what happened?
That's we're confirming it right now.
Okay.
That's happening. So sometime after that.
Are you at least gonna take me to dinner first?
I mean, we can get dinner beforehand if you want. And tell your friends about the show. We would really appreciate it. And word of mouth is the best way to spread the love. And for everything else, Irrational Passions, including some written stuff like Tony's written and I will be writing soon as well, irrationalpassions.com. That's where it's all at. I do want to say thank you to everyone again for buying our shirt. Those have apparently shipped. So, you should send us pictures of you wearing our shirt if you got one. I would definitely love to see that.
Or send us you wearing the shirt.
Yeah, just come to us wearing the shirt. And as promised, we will deliver sweet, sweet hugs. It's been a really good show. I don't know how you're feeling, Nabashin, but I'm feeling really good about all this.
Sure.
Yeah, this hot midnight show.
Yeah, this
Time for Irrational Passions After Hours.
Yeah, Irrational Passions After Dark. This is the first time we've broken midnight in a long time. I'm sorry. I know I'm keeping you up past your bedtime, Nabashin. So let's wrap this bad boy up. Thank you so much for listening to everyone who does listen or watch or bonus contented it up or whatever. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh.
There's just one thing. We're not really doing a closing topic, but I just wanted to mention something for people to check out. Hey, look up something called Super Mario Brothers Z on the internet. It's entertaining.
Okay.
They brought it back. It was like 10 years ago when they first made it, and then they brought it back.
That's right. You sent this to us. I watched some of it.
Yeah, that was the reboot of it. Like there's an older version of it. That was really good back in the day, and they're doing the Patreon for it now. So not really pimping the Patreon, but I'm just saying, hey, if you like it, you should check it out.
Okay.
I supported it.
All right, cool. I liked what I saw of the video you sent us. So it seemed pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well put together at the very least. And you know what?
If you enjoyed that, you should look at the older version because like you could tell how old that was. Cause like the first video of it was like around when Double Dash came out, so they made like Double Dash references. And then like eventually like it got up to episode 8, and then he stopped after that. He lost his passion after that. Now he's just bringing it back again. So it's interesting. The choreography back in the day was really good. Episode 5 is probably like the best episode if you just want to see something that's like just really cool and bombastic. It's really, really cool.
Cool. I'll have to check that out. And while we're recommending things, much like I did at the beginning of the show, go check out Ninja Sex Party's Under the Covers. It's a 70s/80s cover album.
It is an excellent album.
It's really good. I fucking love that man's voice so much. And there's some hot fucking bass licks in that album. Holy shit. Oh. Wish You Were Here. Mm-hmm. It's the other song that I really liked. My other favorite.
From the very beginning to the
from the very beginning to the very end. I got there. I didn't even look it up, too. Like, I didn't have to fact check it. I just remembered now in this moment. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing or checking on YouTube or whatever. However you watch, listen, or consume the show, we appreciate it and we love you. Thank you to Danny Wiesner for our opening music of 2-Player Co-op and our closing music of The World Is Saved. I love that man. He's very sweet. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Nabashin. Thank you, Scott, wherever you are in the ether. I'm sure he's out having a good time. Or at least I hope he is. I've been your host, Alex O'Neill. Play your games. Stay rational. We will talk to you all next week.
Make sure you play Orc Attack Flatulent Rebellion between now and next week.
Did you have like a conversation with Jarrett about that game?
No. I'm just looking at all the review scores for anything we've reviewed on our website. Yeah, that's the lowest so far.
Read that review because it's the funniest fucking review I've ever read in my entire life.
Is that our lowest review score?
I think so.
It's a 3.
We might have a 2.
It's a 5.
Okay.
The Alien Breed 3 Descent got a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm on the last page.
I gave Telltale's The Walking Dead a 4. Season 2.
Yep. That's what prompted me to go look at this.
Yeah.
So.
I was looking at that earlier this week as well because I updated it to not say PS3, 360, and Wii anymore.
Wii.
Tony.
Yep. Hi. Tea time.
Titles.
Yeah, tea time.
Tea time.
If you do a game log for Irrational Passions, even you could be a host. Yeah, like girls. White Master Race PS4 controller. King Day Today. Triple I. Wubba Dubba Dubba That True. Also My Vita. Live Sega Survey. Sega Fanatic and Tony's Patreon.
Sega Fanatic's really good. I actually really like Tea Time.
I wasn't here for it, so
I think we should rename bonus content to Tea Time.
I don't.
It's actually we can't do that because Tom Hawkins has a new show called Tea Time. Jarrett's going to be on next week. I just remembered that. I'm excited.
Cancel the show for next week, please.
Please, thank you. What do you like, Tony?
I don't know. Whatever's fine.
God, heaven forbid I ask a question and get met with apathy.
The title of this
without
week's show
Tony.
should be Alex needs to play Stardew Valley and then come talk to me.
Nabashin, what do you like?
Alex is like, yeah, I know. Shut up.
Not at all what I said.
You
Tea
can't
time?
spell apathy without Tony.
All right, that's
But
the
you
title.
can.
You should-
Wubba dubba dubba true.
We've met ourselves at an impasse. All right, give me 1 second.
Can we just name the episode We Like Scott?
No.
Because we like
What-
Scott.
What the fuck did Scott do this episode?
I don't know. That's why I like it. It was
Uh,
probably something magical.
help us pick a title
This is a bad idea.
for IP.
Can we just
268?
we should
this-
just call it
This is a great idea.
let's call it Asana's not all that great.
Fuck you, dude. Like
She ain't all that.
whatever, man. We all have the people in our lives that we really like, fictional and otherwise. You don't see me shitting on everyone else over here. I have actually not actively shit on any other fictional character in regards to your love interests. In
I haven't
games.
seriously done it ever either, so it's fine. All right. Oh, God.
Justin tweeted at me saying, "Clearly live Sega survey," because that was like 3/4 of the show.
I can never look back on Rhythm Heaven Fever now without just like visualizing the awful like porn thing of that last remix. Yep.
I'm glad I never really watched that.
Yep, that was a thing.
Because like you said to me, it would be ruined.
Yeah, it would be ruined if you ever watched it. Don't go watch it, people listening to the show.
Wow, you're really selling it.
Don't do it.
Really taking me to the grinder on that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now if you feel real passionate about this wubba dubba dubba dat true, I can get behind it.
Except you have to change it from that to it's true.
I can sample that thing. Does somebody want to say the title number?
What do you need?
The title number. Somebody's saying like the hey, this is yada yada yada, yada yada. Tony, you got to say it.
Okay.
268.
I am aware. I already made a title card.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm on my way.
To the Irrational Passions podcast, episode 268.
That's it. Wubba dubba dub. Is that true?
They're on their way to the podcast now.
They're on their way. He'll get there. Hey, video viewers. Thanks. We love you.